sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right, we're live. It's the last party of the weekend. This is 10 Drink Minimum. I'm your host, Chris Burnett. And this show is sponsored by One Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Man, Smiley, are you alive?
I am doing fine.
Smiley was here on time, guys.
I know, right? The sign of the apocalypse.
It was Friday the 13th, though, so.
Yeah, the state holiday.
Wow.
Welcome to New Mexico. Friday the 13th, you get the day off.
And I'm wearing sunglasses because every other motherfucker in the studio put on sunglasses. And I said, that bullshit if I'm going to be the one without sunglasses today.
That's right. It's hot today. You have to wear your sunglasses.
We now live, Smiley, in a world without Brian Wilson.
That is sad.
Rest in peace.
In a world where Ferrari won the Le Mans the third fucking year in a row. Fuck Enzo Ferrari. Anyway, it's Father's Day. I'm wearing my dad hat. Very dad hatty today, Smiley.
Oh, that's right. It is Father's Day.
Yeah.
We forgot about that at the liquor store. We were unexpectedly.
You didn't have a lot of people in there. They're like, I don't know who my dad is.
You had all the fatherless people in there.
No, we had a lot of people going, oh shit, it's Father's Day. I bet he wants some scotch. And we were like, oh yeah, it's Father's Day. We probably should have stocked a bunch of scotch.
Can you tell someone's relationship with their father by what they decide to get for him? They're like, no, it's Father's Day. I'll get him a 40 of Steel Reserve. And you're like, oh, oof.
No, it was mainly whiskeys. But we totally forgot it was Father's Day as well. So we didn't stock any of those, so we had to scramble.
Oh, God. Smiley works in like the most dangerous liquor store in town.
That's all right.
We have a couple voices in the studio from the band Sinister Surfer. We have Zachary and Olli. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here, man. Thanks.
It's kind of fitting, right? You guys are kind of like surf rock, right? And Brian Wilson passed away. That's kind of interesting, right?
Then Sly Stone died.
Yeah.
There's room for us now.
Oh,
Drop him
not to die though, right? No, you don't want to die.
I'm not admitting guilt to anything.
That's not the plan.
Yeah, I'm not admitting any guilt. But it's sad, but it's like one of those things. I mean, they were up there. They were up there in years, and I mean, the years Brian Wilson put on his body, I'm sure, he made it that far. Let's say that, right?
It's impressive. He got
Sly
that
Stone,
far.
Sly Stone as well, right?
Oh, for sure.
You're like, you know what? Good for them. They did it. You know?
It's like watching Ozzy on stage. I don't even know how, but good for him.
Yeah.
I feel like he should be in bed.
He's got they have one more. He's doing one last show.
So, yeah,
and
they're going to fully retire.
They're gonna I'm like, I saw Ozzy like 20 years ago, and I was like, I can't believe this guy's still going. And
he's on like No More Tours 5 or something like that.
Right. He's just they just push him out on stage, and you're just like, oh, gee. Have you ever seen? You ever like went to go see like a legend or somebody, and you're like, oh boy, this is rough.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I respect their art, but this is rough.
Who's that you saw that performed with a colostomy bag?
That wasn't me.
No,
that was Dick Dale.
Yeah,
I saw Dick Dale at a sister 2 years.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
You definitely would be like a Dick Dale
dude,
guy.
for sure. No, I got him to sign my record and my pedal too.
Miserloo.
Yeah,
you got him to sign your colostomy bag.
I
got this just because of you, man. I love you.
No, he was cool. I messaged his wife too, because I was in another band at the time. I'm like, please, can we open for you? They're like, get in line. So
it's like the only reason
it was cool though. Yeah, they're nice. But
talk about a legend.
Who did open for him?
Some other surf band. They wore like Zorro masks. I was like, that shit's cool. I don't know.
Were they local?
Desperado. I don't think so, honestly. I think they're touring with them. Yeah.
Get in line. He's like, fucking Miserloo, motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of seeing legends, though, I just saw Robbie Krieger from The Doors.
Really?
At the Whiskey A Go-Go, yeah.
You guys, okay. Somebody in your band is a Doors fan.
Oh, I think all of us are.
I think we
I'm
all
a huge
are,
Doors fan, dude.
Well, I mean, can we talk about October? Is that allowed? Are we allowed to talk about October yet?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know, we
signed up for it, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I was allowed to. I've seen, so for people out there, I've seen the Night of the Living cover bands lineup. I've seen it.
You have?
I have. I can't unsee it.
I haven't seen
it. And there was a couple things that really stuck out, and then your guys has stuck out. And then you sent me. So you guys have a new album.
We do.
That launched, and you sent it to me, and And then I saw for Night of the Living cover bands. I can say who you guys are doing.
Do you know who we're covering?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
I say it stuck up.
Okay.
You guys are doing the Doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we're doing Connie Francis, actually.
Hey, I'm with it too. You know what? If I would have saw Connie Francis, I would have been like, I would have went, okay, that's a bold one. I've not seen someone do that before. But you guys are doing the Doors. So I saw that, and then I started listening to the album, and I was like, oh yeah, they definitely like the Doors, man.
For sure, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they're a big influence on all of us.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, definitely when I was in college, I had a Jim Morrison, like, where he was, that the big, like, picture of him. It was a tapestry in my dorm room. Nice. And then I think I took glow paint and I painted the word Doors. So when the lights were off, this Doors.
Hell yeah.
The doors lit up.
Doors of perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually had the chance to go to Paris. I went last year. He went. I think he went.
Well, I went last year.
Okay, I went in January last year, but I went to Jim Morrison's grave in Paris.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was just like, pilgrimage,
Yeah.
So.
When I was there, they had fences all around it, so you couldn't get too close.
Yeah, because people kind of like defaced it quite a bit.
You can hop the fence though. That's what I did.
I think it's been repaired a few times, but I think especially in the 80s, it got pretty rough with people.
Graffiti and stuff.
Little Bobby Tucker from the band. Oh God, what are they called?
Shoulder Voices.
Shoulder Voices. Says, "What up, Tin Drink? What up, little Bobby?" So I haven't been to Paris and I haven't seen Morris's grave, but when we were in Seattle, I was like, we were there for like 3 hours, and then we were going to drive to Bellingham, and I was like, fuck it, let's go see.
I used to live there, man.
Yeah, I was like, let's go see Bruce Lee's grave, and I was like, I thought it was a hoot, and I was laughing, and then we walk up, and I'd forgot about Brandon, and I was like. Oh shit! And
get the crow.
All of a sudden, everything hit me, and it turned into this really heavy moment.
It got real sad.
And there's like money. People bring like Chinese money, and there's like a little waving kitty on there, and it's kind of trip, man.
Oh, I bet.
So when you go to places like that, it's weird. It's heavy.
There's something palpable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hollowed ground. Did you get a chance to go to Kurt Cobain's house?
I didn't.
It's like, I guess somebody else lives there. I guess they may have sold it, but there's a bench.
That's weird.
Next to the park. Yeah, it's like a memorial bench. People graffiti it. And like, I love you, Kurt.
Isn't there like something about the bridge too? Like he lived under that bridge for a little while.
I think in like Aberdeen, Washington. That's where Nirvana's from.
Yeah,
that's where he wrote "Something in the Way." I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow. That'd be a thing to do. Is like there's people that are like, me and my wife are gonna go to every Costco in the United States, and it's like, it's like, what in the fuck life do you live that sucks so bad? America. Now to go to like as many like dead celebrity graves, that'd be kind of an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, man.
That would be
That Paris cemetery, Père Lachaise, they have a lot of very famous people going back hundreds of years.
Oh yeah.
Oscar Wilde's buried there.
Right?
Oscar Wilde. You got Frederick Chopin, Edith Piaf, Gustave Doré. There's a lot of really incredible people.
When you say Chopin, I always think of Tombstone, and he's all, can't you play something we all know? He's all, who the hell's that anyway? He's all, it's Frederick fucking Chopin. I always love that.
Perfect father movie.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Craig Buchanan says from God, I can't think of any of the bands today. What's their band? Craig's band. Dang it. Anyway, he says, did you hit the Catacombs up?
Oh, of course, yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, actually, on one of the canvases on our album that we released on Spotify, it's I took a video of the Catacombs and I put it on the canvas.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see Josh Homme got to like play there?
Yeah, no, they were talking about that.
Yeah,
inside the Catacombs.
And I'm like, who's like we should have like a rock star playing the Catacombs. I know Josh Homme. Like,
who let that guy in there?
And I don't have no Gilead Rises.
Good.
Sorry, Craig.
Gilead Rises.
Just
God dang it.
strange choice.
That sucks. I was looking over here at the sticker door, and I was like, there it is, just as you said it. I'm like, I found their sticker.
Sorry, Craig. It's hot outside. My brain is fried. I got sunglasses on inside. Yeah, like I'm sure you can go listen to that somewhere, right? Where he's playing in the Catacomb. I'm sure. I mean, it'd be dumb if you couldn't. But
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, if that would fuck some shit up, though. You know,
I'm sure the underground reverb would sound pretty cool too, just echoing.
Probably maybe bass frequencies might rattle things out of
Well,
place. Because when I was there were several sections they had sort of like a netting up over like the bone walls.
Yeah.
Because they had started to fall into the walkway.
Oh, weird.
So they had just like netted it up to stop it from falling.
All poltergeist style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know exactly. We're all exactly. Poltergeist. It's weird to like when you go over like Europe and stuff like that, where you get there and they do have just this old underground like tunnels and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Craig says they're gonna release it on a video and an album for the Josh Homme in the Catacomb.
Oh, cool.
Dude,
Craig would
that's
know.
sick.
That'd be a fun listen.
Oh,
Yeah. I know. What do you call that one? It's like, you know,
Live underground.
live underground. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the underground. Yeah, that's a good one. That's very good.
Live
So-
from death.
So you live from death. Ooh, I went to this speakeasy in San Diego, and the whole theme was like a catacomb. Like the walls were all skulls, and like just like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom style, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then behind the bar, instead of like having shelves, it was the catacomb, like, you know, bunk bed things that the skeletons are like laying in.
Alcoves.
And the alcoves, and then they had like the alcohol there, and it was like, that's fucking
Nice.
cool. So what is the place called? Noble Experiment. And you walk over to this corner, and there's like nothing going on in this corner, like everything is dead, and there's just like a sign of two arms, like arm wrestling, and that's it. And then you open the door, and there's a whole fully functioning restaurant full of people that you can't hear, and they're like, do you want to do the bar or do you want to do the speakeasy? And you go speakeasy, and they're like, go back by the bathroom and push the wall. And when you go back by the bathroom, it's like a wall of keg shells.
Nice.
And you're like, well, I don't want to.
yeah.
I don't want to push that. And then you finally are like, okay, and you push it, and it's fake, and it just moves, and there's another maitre d', and they're like,
That's
how
awesome.
many? You're like,
I love this like modern day speakeasies.
Yeah.
People are getting really clever with the stuff.
Sure.
well,
The
now on.
at Hotel Zaz, because
Yeah.
we played there.
Yeah.
How'd that
bar
go?
was very cool.
Did you play?
great, man.
Did you play in the bar or at the pool?
we played
by
at the pool.
Yeah.
It was so fucking
Oh,
hot.
heck yeah. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
friend Seymour just did that. And did someone fly a drone over and do all that shit and everything? Or
I don't think so.
No.
No.
do you, have a
I wish
lot,
they did.
do you have a lot of people out there?
Yeah, we had a great turnout, man. It was cool. Just
That's
bunch
kind
people
of
at the pool too. So it's
That's kind of a
for surf.
perfect thing, like surf rock, and there's people like at the pool.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, so how long have you guys been playing together?
I think we started in July of last. We've only been a band for less than a year too. Like,
Yeah, Zach started it off before any of us were in the band.
Really? Just you?
I've been in it for about a year. Everyone else kind of joined around the same time I did.
Okay.
He and Bobby kind of started it.
Are you a big surf rock guy, Ollie?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love surf rock. I kind of grew up listening to it, so
Yeah. It's
joining
kind of
this band was like a natural, easy thing to step into.
interesting to me to see like all this surf rock kind of come back, like surf metal and surf rock.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man.
I mean, it goes in waves, I guess.
Yeah, people. I think people are really starting to appreciate how cool it actually is.
Yeah. Did you have you guys ever seen Daikaiju? They were
Of
here,
course.
They were
Oh,
here
yeah.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, they played it Inside Out. I
Yeah.
think with Ouija chords.
Yeah.
and I think Barney's band.
Dog Jury.
Dog Jury. Yeah.
I went and here's how like old and fucked up I am. I still went, but I watched Dog Jury and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I gotta work for it. I've seen Daikaiju 4 times.
Oh, it's
So
they're
that'd be like
phenomenal.
I saw him in if first of all, anybody out there in the world, if there's a band called Daikaiju and they come to your city, go see them play. They're not going to play at a large venue. I don't think they ever could. I don't know. I just don't know
Yeah.
how that would work.
Well, they have the pyrotechnics too. They like light their guitars
Yeah.
on fire and
Yeah.
the drums.
Yes,
Fucking
and-
crazy.
and
Everything.
By the
They
end
like
of the show, you're like,
everything.
oh my god, and you like film so much shit. They're like the one band I'm fine with people pulling their camera out and filming the shit out of it, right?
Absolutely.
I saw them at Monolith on the Mesa. They got their van. It was an outdoor venue. They had their van out there, and by the end, they climbed up on the van, and they sprayed lighter fluid across the van and lit it on fire while they played.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. it's
And
rock
I'm like,
roll.
what in the fuck, man? You guys are that's another level, but
Absolutely, man.
I'm sure they've just burned themselves.
We'll do
all
that
the time.
someday.
Yeah. Do some
Yeah.
pyrotechnics.
They
something,
got
yeah.
gallons of aloe vera gel in their
Just
their
light
tow
shit on
truck.
fire. Yeah.
Right. I wonder. You know what? I
Where's
wonder.
the burn gel? It's over here.
So I heard Thursday night the big thing they did is they did a little bit of the because they usually have the drummer crowd surf.
Nice.
And I heard they did a little bit of that. But the thing that always blows my mind is they'll hand off all their equipment and let people play,
Fuck
like
yeah.
the drummer, the guitar player. So I guess they all handed out off their instruments, and then they went to the bar and sat and started doing shots.
Fuck yeah.
And we're sitting at the bar doing shots, and I was like, God damn it, I should have stayed.
That's cool as
Damn.
fuck.
I should have stayed. I don't know.
That's rock and roll, man.
It is rock and roll in a way, you know, because like you guys recorded an album. How long did you record that album?
I started
Mm-hmm.
writing those songs probably in like, oh god, like 2022.
Yeah.
But there was one song, "Don't Worry, Darling." It was initially going to be a Despot song.
Yeah.
We were a band for a while, like back in 2015
Okay.
to like 2018. I left in 2018, then the band disbanded in 2019. But yeah, it was a total like kind of like 50s ballad kind of song. But
Okay.
yeah, it was unfinished until Bobby contributed to it, and I consider it kind of like his song now too, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who sings the lead on it.
Okay.
It's like amazing vocals.
Is that who sings most? Do you sing as well?
I sing most of the
Yeah.
songs. Bobby sings the lead on. He sings the chorus on Soul Sermon, and he sings the lead on "Don't Worry, Darling."
All right.
And he does
Yeah.
all the oohs and ahs.
Yeah, it does all,
too.
ooh, yeah, all the oohs and ahs kind of stuff. You know,
See, that's
60s
cool
style.
shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, like, who are your your people who you look up to? Is it Beach Boys and
I love the Beach
Jan
Boys.
and Dean?
Yeah,
and,
I mean mostly the Doors, but definitely like Led Zeppelin. You know, all the
All right,
usual suspects. But I don't know. I'd say like a lot of the underground guys, Dick Dale, of
Dick
course,
Dale, yeah.
Link Ray, Johnny Thunders, James
Wow.
Williamson from the Stooges. He's a
Okay.
huge influence. Very overlooked guitarist, but yeah. I mean, I love Van Halen, Jimmy Page, all that stuff, Jimi Hendrix. But
Yeah, see, I grew up like Van Halen was when I was about like 6 or 7 years old is when Van Halen was right in their like wheelhouse pocket.
yeah,
And people don't really understand how big they were. Like I was talking to somebody a couple years back and they were like, we were talking about 80s, like, you know, they were like shitting on hair metal and they were like, well, fuck Van Halen. I was like, no.
oh dude, fuck you,
It's like, you got to back that down, man.
straight up.
I was like, you don't understand. Like, I was like, for people like my age, when David Lee Roth left Van Halen, it was like the Beatles broke up for us. It was like, what the fuck? We're like, no, no.
Absolutely. Did you ever watch the movie Airheads?
Yes.
Like Brendan Fraser. I like when they're like, all right, is this guy a cop or not? He's like, which side did you take? Van Halen or David Lee Roth? And he's like, Van Halen. He's like, he's a cop.
He's a cop.
It's just like, yeah,
He's a cop.
It's like
Yeah.
straight up.
Yes, yes.
Because I don't know, David Lee Roth's era of Van Halen's like fucking amazing, dude. It's
Yeah.
like that. There was like that energy. He's probably not as like, trained as
Yeah.
well as like Sammy Hagar, but I don't know. That was like the chemistry with the band was so perfect.
Diamond Dave was his own, like,
Oh yeah.
he was a showman. He was a performer. The other day, I don't know what happened, but like, I was watching something and that video popped up. Was it just a Gigolo? No, it was like the video, his first solo video that came out, and he's all he's there in like some convenience store and all this shit, and it's like you lose Eddie Van Halen, and then you get Steve Vai.
Right. Hey, that's a good substitute.
I'm like,
Steve
shit,
Vai's
man.
great too.
And Steve Vai's over there like talking to him with his guitar. He's all, David. He's all,
yeah.
what? Yankee Rose. That was the song. He's all talking about a Yankee Rose, And,
Fuck yeah.
and like David Lee Roth's like charismatic stage presence. Well, see, it was about 12 years ago. And I knew one of the guys. He owns Canvas now. He's one of the owners of Canvas.
Mm-hmm.
He's a DJ, and he was like working at FedEx, and he was like a promoter. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm bringing bands and starting to like getting into promoting." And he's like, "You know some old bands." He's like, "Which of these bands?" And he hands me this paper. He's like, "Which of these bands could play like at Isleta or the casinos, and like which ones would go together?" So I'm like looking at the thing, and I was like, "Okay, Quiet Riot and Rad." I was like, "Yeah, you could probably put them together, and they would do like Route 66 or whatever." And then I'm like looking down the thing, and I see Van Halen with David Lee Roth, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, Van Halen's touring with David Lee
That's
Roth,
humongous.
and he goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "Where do you think they could play?" And I was like, "Isleta Amphitheater," and he goes, "With who?" And I was like, "Doesn't fucking matter."
Yeah.
And he was like, and he looks at me and he
Fucking
goes,
no one.
and he goes, I don't know about that. And I look at this lady about my age. I was like, Van Halen, could they play by themselves at the Isleta Amphitheater? She goes, "You're fucking right." I was like, man,
Absolutely. No brain.
I would have paid a couple $100 to go see that. Now you can never, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. No, I'm envious of people who got to see Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
He played at Isleta like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I would have saw him with Sammy. I don't, it didn't bother me.
I know. I feel fortunate because what was it, Black Sabbath? They came in 2016.
Really?
Yeah, I saw them. It was
which Sabbath though?
It was everybody except I think their drummer. They had Dave Lombardo.
Ozzy was with them?
Ozzy.
No shit.
Tony Iommi. Geezer Butler, I think.
No
he's
way.
The bass player. Yeah, but they had Dave Lombardo who plays in Slayer. So I was like, fuck yeah, that's a great lineup.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think all the recent Sabbath shows have been with Ozzy.
I didn't know that.
I wish I saw Dio though, dude.
I mean,
That would've
Dio's
been
dead,
great.
right?
Yeah, he
Dio's
passed away,
died, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is also great. It's like, Ozzy outlived Dio. It's like,
Right? Keith Richards is still killing it too, man. It's like, what the hell?
right.
Yeah.
I don't know how Keith
The
Richards
Rolling
is alive.
any of the fucking Rolling Stones. It's like, and I mean, some of them like I think have gone or retired. There was like, it was funny
It was
too.
Brian
'cause, like,
Jones.
Yeah, Brian Jones died in 1969.
Right.
He was the 27 Club kind of guy. So
It's a true rock
but
star.
like is it Bill Wyman? He was like the only one that ever looked old.
right.
Like a normal old guy.
yeah.
Like Mick looks fucking weird old.
Oh yeah.
And
He
then,
just had a kid too. It's like, what the fuck?
dude, that's some selfish ass shit right there. De Niro and Al Pacino,
Pacino,
both have kids, and I'm like, dude, your kid will never know you. And everybody's like, yeah, but they'll be rich. So what? Like, the kid will never know. And then not only will they not know you, they'll just be like in your shadow and know of you. And
Yep. And then they're just going to resent you.
yeah, pretty much.
Like,
yeah.
I've heard, what was it, Brad Pitt's kids are changing their name from not Pitt to be
Really?
something else because they just
Damn.
want to distance themselves from him.
There's also that Nepo, like,
Yeah.
backlash.
For sure.
You don't want to feel like everything you have is because of your father.
Right.
Damn.
I mean, I do. I'm like, man, why couldn't you be famous? I'm just kidding. No. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things. So where did you guys record this record at?
I recorded all at home.
Yeah?
Well,
Fucking all
not
over.
all of it. Yeah. We recorded the drums in a couple different studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the drums?
Just the drums. I mean, all the guitars, most of the vocals were recorded also at other studios too. But pretty much like all the instruments besides drums were recorded like in my room.
See,
I recorded bass in my room.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would send me over like Google Drive.
See,
Yeah, he
that's-
would just send me the track and then I would just record
that's
it
what
at
always
home.
trips me out. It's like you'll see, like nowadays, you'll see people that are like, we're trying to raise like $7,000 to record our record, and I'm like,
You don't need that.
I don't even know why.
Do it yourself,
Like,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because like I listened to your record, it sounds like it was done in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had a great guy to mix it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in Nashville.
I found this guy in Nashville
Mm-hmm.
named Victor Arruda, and this dude fucking shreds. He's an amazing guitarist, but he recorded and produced his own band's record.
Yeah,
It's very like psych rock 70s kind of
Okay.
shit, and I was like, this is perfect. So
yeah.
I found him online. I was just like, dude.
I mean, that was half the battle. Is probably like finding that guy,
oh yeah,
and you're like, okay, this guy's gonna get what we're doing.
for sure.
Yeah.
And
And-
like,
and-
I
yeah.
worked with a couple other people too. It's just like, I think with like certain deadlines too, just like people have different schedules. So I'm like, we really got to get this out. So especially because I wanted to press it on vinyl, and like that, you have to plan like 8 weeks. Oh, sorry, 8 weeks in advance
yeah.
to like
8
get it
decades
pressed.
in advance.
Yeah, 80 years in advance. But yeah, that was like kind of a challenge too, just to get everything wrapped up. But we did it. So
I mean, nowadays you really don't need to go into a full professional
fuck
studio.
no.
You can do so much stuff just,
Just
on your
absolutely.
own,
You
in
know?
your own house.
Well, and it's crazy too, because like when you guys walked in here, look at this fucking
Yeah.
place.
Look at the things you can do in your own house.
Yeah.
We fucking love DIY
Right?
shit.
Oh, dude, I'm 19 years of it right here.
Yeah.
For
and,
sure, man.
and it's like I've watched my friend Billy Belmont. I don't know if you guys know him, but he'll just like have a closet in his room and he'll just throw like soundproofing and then microphone, and like as long as you got the microphone and like a good way to record it, and that's it. And
Yeah.
like I know a lot of voice actors. What do you think they did during 2020, man?
Yeah.
just record
They didn't
from
stop
home, man.
working. They
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
stop working.
I think it showed a lot of people during
Yeah.
the pandemic, like how much you can just do in your own space
Mm-hmm.
at home and be more independent that way.
Oh, yeah,
I love that kind of shit.
It's the best. It's like, like when people are like, I'm a podcaster, and I go, oh, are you? Like, what equipment do you use? Oh, I don't know. I just show up and there's a guy that does all that. I'm like, oh, no. So you're on-air talent. You're not a podcaster. You couldn't do it on your own.
Yeah.
So,
You're a hired voice.
You're a hired-
as
yeah.
opposed to actually
right.
Yeah.
Or you have money and you hired someone to do all the actual work
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
good.
worse.
It's good to be resourceful too. It's just like you want to make a great record or good song. It's like you don't need like a huge orchestra. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, use what you have and use it
Right.
to your best, you know, the best you can do.
Well, or like use what you have and then know what you want and then go out and be able to find it.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
pay someone for it and then like and be able to integrate it, you know?
Yeah.
Like talking about Brian Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Some guy I work with was like, well, it's sad he died, and I mean the music, you know, I get it, it's Beach Boys, but he's like, but who actually listened to that? And I was like, me.
What?
Dude, yeah.
I was like, if I told him, I was like, if the album Pet Sounds did not exist, I was like, modern music would not be
Dude,
what it is.
absolutely.
Absolutely not. And I mean, the things, if you go read about that album, like, he's like one of the first people that was, you know, like, in rock and roll, at least, I don't want to speak out of turn there, you know, but like, he was one of the first people that he was like recording, instead of like, they all came in and like got in the studio and played the song, and then it got recorded, and then click. He was like, all right, you're going to play this drum part. And then he's like recording it, and he's like, click. He's like, all right, you're going to play the oboe right here. And they don't even know what the fuck the song is. They're just
like,
playing their piece. And then he actually cut it. He didn't have a fucking copy and paste. He actually cut it and was like layering it on top of each other. And then he was actually looping.
Yeah.
He was taking parts of like the piece, like parts of a song, and like putting it in different places on the actual physical tape.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you take all that for granted now.
For sure.
That dude did it.
No, he's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Like, he directed like the Wrecking Crew. Like a lot of the Beach Boys, they were like actually on tour when he was recording
Yeah.
Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the Wrecking Crew, which is like an amazing.
Oh, if
like,
you're a
yeah,
musician, you don't
they
know who the
recorded
Wrecking
everything.
Crew are, you need to like go and look.
Yeah.
And because they, you know, he would tell. Have you watched? Okay, first of all, have you watched For Love and Mercy? The movie.
I haven't. I watched recently. Was it like Disney Plus? They have that Beach Boys documentary.
Yep.
I don't know if that's Love and Mercy.
Yep.
but
No. Love and
Okay.
Mercy is a biopic.
I haven't seen it.
And Craig just said, "Tell them about the movie." So Paul Dano plays him when he's young, and then John Cusack plays him when he's old.
Oh shit.
And it in the movie, it constantly like clicks back and forth to the different time periods.
I think I've seen part of that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
And when he's Paul Dano, he's recording Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
Dude.
So they show you how shitty his dad was.
Oh yeah.
They show you how shitty the rest of the Beach Boys were to him. But like he was on the spectrum like big time.
Oh, definitely.
But
for
he
sure.
couldn't, like, he freaked out on planes, and he didn't like to be on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So he would tell them, he's like, you guys go out and do the concerts. I'll stay here and I'll do the album. And then he would hire, like, he hired initially what was the Wrecking Crew. He was the guy that created those guys. And I don't know if he created them, but like they were all from like Juilliard or like New York Academy of Performing Arts.
Yeah.
Just the greatest musicians you could possibly throw into a studio.
Absolutely, man.
You know, and and then they're like sitting there while he's telling them what they're gonna play, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
Like,
you
who's
know?
this fucking guy?
Yeah, there's
You know?
there's a scene where a guy comes out and he's talking to him, and he's like, "I just want you to know we've played with everybody," and he's like, "Man, you're touched." He's like, "You are something else," you know. And then like his fucking cousin or brother or whoever comes in, he's like, "What kind of shit is this, man?" He's like, make the stuff we always used to play, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Pet Sounds. It didn't. It wasn't like a hit when it first came out too. Like I
Yeah.
guess their label, they were like, let's put out a Beach Boys greatest hits because they didn't like see that
no.
music.
The potential. of
But
it.
I mean, the Beatles though, that's how they got Sgt. Pepper's too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it
well,
was that sort of competition with Paul and
yeah. Craig said the movie had me crying like a baby.
Dude, I gotta. Watch
Oh yeah,
it, man.
Carol Kay was
Carol
on
Kay.
bass. Yeah.
Amazing bass player.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy because like it does the whole Paul Dano like as Brian Wilson. Like there's a scene where he's like, because he had auditory hallucinations,
yeah.
like he would hear like sounds and voices. And there's a scene where he's like talking to them, and he's just kind of like tripping out a little bit, and you're like, wow. But then when he's like older, and it's John Cusack, there was a psychiatrist guy that got in control of him and got power of attorney and wouldn't let him talk to any of his family, and like just controlled him. And
That's
there
wild.
was this whole situation where he ended up in a car dealership, and he met this woman that was like one of the salespeople, and they ended up dating a little bit, and she ended up helping him get free of that guy. It's fucking nuts.
Was it like a conservatorship?
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are fucked.
Kind of like Elvis and his manager.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Was it
That's why he
the
did all
Colonel?
those fucking movies. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Colonel.
yeah. He refused to let Elvis tour internationally.
Yeah, because he couldn't go
Because he
international.
couldn't leave the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd get
And-
arrested.
And then there was the
Fuck
whole
that
like
guy, dude.
Vegas thing where he's like made him go to Vegas because he was broke.
Yeah. Did the residency, just worked
Yeah.
him like
Yeah, he
worked him
really
like a
fucked
horse.
up Elvis.
Let his dad like run his finances,
Yeah.
which was fucking dumb and like
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that great? Like all these
Like
that's-
Britney Spears,
Hey, exactly.
fucking
That's like the
Macaulay
Britney Spears.
Culkin, I think, had a
the most
conservatorship.
recent examples here.
Yeah.
Full grown people. Can I just be in charge of my life?
And then
Maybe.
we're sitting over here like, yeah, you know what though? I'd like to get to that level where people are just like, Chris has to go home, but thank you, and just please don't contact him. I'll be like, thank you, like just
Chris-
slobbering on myself.
Chris just wants a
up.
handler. That's all he wants.
I do.
Is
in
it-
life,
where-
that's all I want.
Where am I going now? Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. I just want someone to tell me where I'm supposed to be, and then like
Oh, this is my car. Nice.
yeah, yes, and then the car pulls up, and they're like, all right, Chris, sorry, hey, sorry, Chris has to go. And I'll be like, oh, all right, hey, thanks, guys. And then they put me in the car.
Like that.
Yeah.
Save the autographs for later.
Yes. Yeah, that's all I want. I've watched people have handlers. I'm going to be somebody's handler in October, apparently. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
right.
I'll talk about that in a second. It's kind of cool. But, so the album launched, what, Thursday, Friday?
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Friday the
Friday.
13th. Good day.
Yeah.
Best day.
What's the name of the record?
Tropic Psychic.
Tropic Psychic. I've listened to like 3 or 4 songs so far. It's
Right
very,
on, man.
it's kind of like, it's interesting. It's like, I mean, it's surf rock, but it's like, of course, you're called Sinister Surfer, so it's like dark,
Yeah.
brooding. It's like almost like the Doors were like, let's do a surf album.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's
yeah.
kind of like we're not like a traditional surf band. Like a lot of those cats, they just like play like a lot of covers too. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
mostly
there's like
do
a few
originals.
surf standards, and like every
Yeah.
surf band does them, but we
Yeah.
don't really
Wipeout.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miserloo.
We're not
Wipeout,
even the best surf
Miserloo.
band in town too. So
Who's the better surf band, do you think?
I like White Sands a lot.
I'm a big fan of the
yeah.
Ouija chords.
Ouija chords are great too.
I
Yeah.
fucking
yeah,
they're way better than us.
But no,
um,
we have our own sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like a sort of psychedelic Misfits,
For sure.
The Doors,
Yeah.
mixed with surf rock.
It's like
There is a little psychedelic too. Yeah, that's why I think, yeah.
it's
okay.
like the Doors on acid at the beach.
But there's a little,
watching,
but there's a lot of
yeah.
darkness to it,
absolutely. Oh yeah.
Like doom a little.
Little macabre.
like-
kind of like
yeah.
early Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I like that.
For sure.
A little bit of sludge.
Yeah,
Sludge surf.
sludge surf.
You're gonna come surf, but you might hit some trash.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
band I really like called The Witches from England with a Y, like WYTCH.
I wonder if Craig knows about them. Craig's
And
from
they're
Ireland.
like grunge surf.
grunge surf.
They're really cool.
Interesting.
You should check them out.
All right.
Yeah. Another
I
great
love
band is LA Witch. They just
Yeah,
came
I've
recently.
heard of them,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of LA Witch. Yeah.
Where did they play?
Where did they play?
Yeah.
They played at Juno, and a couple years ago they played at Sister Bar. They
Yeah.
played with the Black Angels, another great like psych rock band. They're from Austin, Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, that's cool. So, what do you think? So, do you guys feel like surf rock is kind of like on the up? It's back. It's a thing again.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I to an extent, it's never really gone away. There's always been like those underground bands. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even in the '90s, there was like a resurgence with was it Man or Astro Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are great.
They did the Jimmy Neutron theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're
But
a great band.
I've noticed a lot of indie bands too. They have
I
this
have-
like crossover surf kind of spring
It's
reverb
starting.
sound.
It is starting. It's kind of like this hybrid thing, which is cool. I love
Yeah.
that. I love like people that are like, you know what, this was cool, and I don't know why we got away from that, but also like let's modernize it and
Yeah.
let's fuck with it. You know.
I feel like surf has kind of always been in like the cultural
yeah.
consciousness or unconsciousness. No one really thinks about it, but
No.
there's the James Bond theme song. There's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff that everyone's aware of and they like the sound.
I
of
mean,
it,
whenever Pulp Fiction came
Oh,
out,
for
everybody
sure. I was
was
about
like,
to say
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction exploded.
Got
surf.
Misery.
when you talk about Dick Dale, people are like, "Oh yeah," like I was like, he was coming to town, and I was like, "Dick Dale's coming here," and people are like, "I don't know who that is." I'm like,
Fuck Stick Dale.
It's like you've heard of him,
and I'm like, "You've heard Mr.
Yeah.
Lou," and they're like, "I doubt it," and I go Pulp Fiction, and they go like on the guitar part, and they're like, "Oh yeah," like that's Dick Dale.
Or if you
Which-
play Black Eyed Peas, they
Yeah.
they was it? Oh yeah, they sample Mizzou.
They sample that song.
Yeah,
oh yeah, of course they did.
The fucking Black Eyed Peas.
those bastards.
I don't know. I just had that CD when I was growing up.
The Black Eyed Peas? Smiley.
No,
Oh.
Dick Dale and the Deltones.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs I learned on guitar, I think.
Yeah, same here, dude. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just get that tremolo picking, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
It's got to be pretty hard, though, isn't it?
I mean, it can be challenging.
Yeah.
You just build that dexterity, you
I don't
know?
know. I played in a black metal band, which was all tremolo picking, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's second nature to me. But I play bass, so I don't even need to think about it.
Oh, wow.
I just chill out.
Bass player. You do have like a bass player vibe, though.
I try.
Like, just chill. You're like, what's up? Like, the band's fighting. You're like, dude, like, what do you think, man? You're like, I don't know, man. I'm just here.
like word.
Fuck it. We can go or we can not go. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you guys going to tour with it or no?
That's the idea. I'd like us to, maybe tour later this fall, if not winter. But
Yeah.
We'd like to.
yeah, I don't know. I talked to Sade Sanchez from LA Witch too when they played. I was like, hey, can we open for you in LA? Like, we'll come to you. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I do try to talk to venues too whenever.
That's
I,
pretty
like,
smart
go.
to do that.
Yeah, absolutely,
Zach
dude.
is fucking genius
Yeah,
at marketing.
you got a network,
honestly.
baby. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Craig said, sorry, I was plugging my guitar. What did you say about me? I was asking, what was the band from England we were talking about?
The
Witches.
Witches.
The Witches.
W-Y.
We were asking if you knew what the Witches are, Craig. I like how we just like talk to the
yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
The Witches.
there's another great UK kind of surf.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I don't want to say psychobilly, but they have that vampire surf kind of vibe. It's a X-Ray Cat Trio.
Oh, wow.
They're fucking cool. Yeah.
Interesting. What always trips me out, too, is like you have these bands that do surf rock, but they don't actually surf or never have surfed. Have you guys ever surfed?
Zach surfs.
Yeah, I surf.
You actually surf.
I don't want to say like I'm a surfer, but I've surfed
Yeah.
a handful of times.
Because like the Beach Boys didn't surf. I don't think Jan and Dean ever surfed.
Dick Dale surf though.
Fucking nerds.
Did he really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jan and Dean is another weird one, man. Like they did Dead Man's Curve, and it's like all based on fucking like was it Dean or one of them
I think so.
wrecked his car and he's all got brain damage and shit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Craig said he's not heard of them actually. He's from England. How big can England be?
I thought you said he's from
Oh,
Ireland.
it's pretty big. I don't know. London's huge, dude.
Oh, you're gonna make him mad.
Yeah.
Oh wow, no.
Yeah, London's
He
like
didn't
I know.
say that.
I know.
You
I'm
just
just.
heard it.
I just like to say fucked up things about England
yeah. Oh yeah.
because I love Greg.
Yeah, no, they're a really good band. I'd recommend anyone to check them out.
Yeah.
They're dark, surf, grunge. Their first album especially is like top tier.
Craig says, "I've been here 20 years now." I know, but you don't keep up with the motherland.
Does Craig know Temples? They're a really good
Yeah.
psych band.
Oh yeah, Temple's
Yeah,
fucked.
I saw them in LA in October as well too, with Triptides.
Yeah.
And we opened for Triptides at the Launchpad in
Where's the-
January.
Where's the big surf rock like area of the United States?
Okay. Probably California, but
Still, yeah.
yeah, I'd say. I don't
It'd
know.
be kind of cool if it was like New Jersey or something.
That would be really weird.
Albuquerque,
Yeah.
New Mexico.
I guess
Could
they
be.
have like a surf festival in like I think Spain or Italy. something
Really?
Like that. Yeah, it's
That
pretty
makes
wild.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like Surfer Joe. I think that dude's from Italy.
Yeah.
I know.
Surfer Joe
Yeah,
from
Surfer
Italy.
Joe. That's his name. Yeah.
He's like, I'm Surfer Joe.
Yeah. It's a me.
Surfer
it's the me.
Giovanni.
Surfer Giuseppe. Yeah. He's from Italy. That's amazing. Craig says Tipples have a 60s vibe.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. These guys are dope.
See, he knows what's going on in the motherland. He tries to lie.
Yeah. Well, there's a huge psych scene, and like Australia's been blowing up for that the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Austin, Texas has a huge psych scene too.
Oh,
So
we're
there's
gonna
crossovers,
we're gonna be there Thursday.
That's what I hear.
Alright, hell yeah,
That's what I hear too. We'll see.
dude. Yeah.
All second hour stuff we're gonna talk about. Very exciting. When are you guys playing again in town?
We're playing at Marble this coming Friday. Then
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we have our album release show at Sister on the 27th.
Shit.
Yeah, Friday night, dude.
We're gonna have vinyls for sale there.
Yeah.
The 27th or Friday?
27.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't be at the Friday one. Maybe I can make the 27th. We'll be in Houston.
Oh yeah.
Right on, man.
We'll talk about that in the second hour.
Yeah, we got some things coming up too.
Yeah, we got a
Dude,
big
exciting.
big event. Big.
Yeah.
Smiley don't even know how big. It's big.
I don't actually. I
Yeah.
really don't. I pride myself on walking into things with absolutely no idea what's happening.
Yeah, smart. I do the same a lot, but
Is it cool if I get another?
Smiley,
yes.
can you grab a? I'll do a topo. Do you want to?
Can I do another double white?
I think there's one left, and you can have it.
If I can have it.
Solid.
that'd be
Thanks,
sweet.
man.
It's on the top. It's on the top row.
Appreciate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You want a cerveza, Zach?
Cerveza for Zach.
Yes, please.
Thanks, Smiley. That's It's pretty dope, man. Other than that, who are you guys listening to? What kind of music is going on out there?
I primarily listen to death metal.
Really?
Yeah.
See, in like surf metal's big,
Appreciate you.
right?
Well, so like an interesting thing, there's kind of a meme going on around online of if you take black metal and you
Yeah.
just remove all the distortion, it's just surf rock,
That's awesome.
which is kind of true, honestly. It's just a lot of that tremolo picking and similar chord structures.
When you say death metal, is there like a specific? Because I feel like death metal's kind of generic, isn't it? It's like there's a little more than death. There's black metal.
So there's black metal, which is like
Can I have one? Can I have one?
trying to sound evil.
Yeah.
And then death metal is just like thrash metal, but on steroids.
I
It's
just-
like
I just-
faster, darker, heavier.
I just watched a documentary on the history of thrash metal.
Yeah,
shit. Oh, yeah.
I'm a weird.
Thank you.
I'm a weird metalhead because I don't like thrash metal.
Dude.
Weird.
Like I'm not
That's
afraid to say
blasphemy.
it. I think thrash metal sucks.
So you hate Metallica?
I do. I really do.
Dude, I love Metallica.
When I was watching that documentary, the band that I did not consider, that I thought would not think it would have been in it, was Suicidal Tendencies. I was like,
Dude,
I
they're
don't
still-
really consider
They're
them
hardcore.
Yeah, well, I think
fucking hardcore
I think that's why they were in it, because like there was this hardcore and thrash like
Yeah.
crossover.
Well, I guess thrash is just sort of like hardcore mixed with heavy metal.
Yeah.
Something like
Really
that.
fast.
It just increased speed, increased energy.
Yeah. Do you listen to punk, like hardcore punk?
Somewhat. There's.
Yeah.
I feel like there's kind of an oversaturation of hardcore punk in the world right now. But there's
Interesting.
a few bands that I really fuck with. There's
Yeah.
like Trap Them, Baptists. They're really good.
Okay.
I'm really into mathcore too, which is like hardcore punk, but it's like
I can't even tell you a mathcore band.
Car Bomb.
I don't know about that one.
Car Bomb.
That's a cool name.
Right?
Or Meth, one of my favorite bands of all time.
They're just called Meth.
Yeah, it's all lowercase with a period. I got to meet them and talk to them. They're really cool guys.
Yeah.
They played a show at Launchpad, and
So they actually played Albuquerque.
yeah, they played out. They've played here twice.
Yeah,
I've seen them here twice.
Oh wow.
They played a show, and
Someone's like, "There's meth down at Launchpad," and everybody's like, "Oh, okay,
Big shocker.
sick."
But yeah, like the guitarist like put his guitar just on the stage, and then they just had feedback going for 10 minutes. The whole band left and got a drink.
Yeah,
And then they came back 10 minutes later and then just like started going back into it.
that's
fuck
fucking
yeah.
cool.
It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I always, it always trips me out when you go see a live band and people are like upset at certain things, and you're like, if you want it to sound like the fucking album, just listen to the album. Why do you go watch live shit, man?
Right.
Yeah.
There was this country guy, and I'd never heard of him in my entire life, but
Yeah, at least be mad at the venue, not
yeah,
the band.
he used to play back in the day with Hank 3 and those guys,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And God, what was his name? Oh gosh. Anyway, I go to watch him, and Ty was like, I go to pay, and Ty's like, you don't want to see this guy. And I was like, why? And he goes, he is wasted. And I was like, take my money faster.
Need to see
Take
that.
my money faster. And like the people, there's people who traveled from Colorado to see him, and they were like angry at Barney. They're like, I cannot believe you guys allowed him to get here. Barney looked at his watch. He goes, it's 8:00. He got here at 6. I didn't let him do anything.
Yeah.
And Wayne the Train Hancock was his name.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah.
And his band, like I get there and his band is already playing. He is not. He's walking around the venue. He walks up and he's all, who's gonna buy a shot for the train? And this guy's like, I'll buy it for you. And he's like, you gonna do one with me? And the guy's like, heck yeah. And then Barney's like, all right, what do you want? And Wayne the Train's like, shot of Crown. And the fan all of a sudden goes, yeah, I don't want a shot of Crown. And the other guy's like, can you do like Beam
Some
or something?
well whiskey?
Yeah, something else. Yeah, this Crown's garbage. And then they end up not giving him the whiskey because he's fucking hammered.
That's funny.
And then he ends up talking to me, and he's like, which one of my songs do you want me to play? And I'm like, no, I'm
Fucking
not.
one of them at least at this point.
I was like, yeah, man, whatever you want, man, play the hits. And he's like, but which one? And I don't know any of them. So then I'm like,
He's looking for a cue. He's all, which one? Tell me a
and
song.
then he goes,
I
I can play anything from the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. I was like, cool. Then all of a sudden he goes, and the band's still playing at this time, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, who's got a cigarette for the train? And he goes outside. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
And like these people get up and leave. They fucking walk out, and like before anything else happens, they're angry. They leave, and I'm like, man, if this is the show, this is the story. So then all of a sudden, 15 minutes later, he comes in. He's like, all right, fuck it, let's do this. And I mean, he is like falling down wasted.
Oh shit.
Goes to the stage and belts out an hour and 45 minutes of music.
Damn, man.
That was
so
on point.
We're all telling Zach when we do Night of the Living cover bands is the Doors. He's got to have just like a full bottle of whiskey at the beginning of the set, and by the end of the set, it's got to be empty.
Yeah.
He's got to be passed out on stage, shirtless.
And you
He's
know, there's
gotta be
only
genuine.
there's only 4 songs, right?
Yeah. 4 songs, 1 bottle of Jack.
Yeah, I won't flash my dick like Jim Morrison.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Hey, he never did. I don't think he actually ever did.
Right.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did. He put his finger supposedly, but
Put his finger. He pretended to give head to Robbie.
yeah.
It's childish stuff.
Hey Jim, you want to get down and write and record an album? Sure. I love that movie, man. I know
It's a good movie.
It is such a good fucking movie. And then people are like, it's not fucking accurate. I'm like, I'm sure it's somewhat accurate.
It's accurate to the vibe.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh yeah.
It's got the vibe.
What I love about the Doors is like how impactful in the world of music they were. And they were literally a band for like maybe not 3 years.
Oh yeah. No, their first record came out like 1967.
Right.
Which was like one of the greatest years.
And
for
they had
albums.
just formed like in 66.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And they broke up in like 71.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they
yeah.
did 2 albums without Jim. And I
Yeah.
think Jim died in
Yeah.
what, 70, 71?
Yeah,
I think
something like that.
71. Yeah, it was like July 3rd.
So like they did LA Woman that came out in 70. He died like the following year.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, once he was out of the band,
It's not the Doors.
No one would.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going to listen
Like
to
they
that.
released like his poetry record, which is like
Yeah.
really fucking good.
That actually is a good album.
Dude, it's sick. It's like
Right.
this collage of like different sound effects and stuff. Then
Oh,
like,
yeah.
his
Because he
poetry.
recorded all his poems,
Yeah.
and then the band just put music to it.
Yeah, he lived here too. Like his house was off Candelaria, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Then
he went to Del Norte. Was it Del Norte? I think
could have
so.
been
For
Yeah.
a brief time.
Yeah.
No, he did. Yeah, he went to Del Norte. It was one of those.
because I know he
One of those.
fucking
El Dorado. It was either El Dorado or Del Norte.
probably maybe Highland. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Do we have any school teachers watching? that
Because
have
like
the
people,
record?
I
gotta
remember going to
Wikipedia.
college with a guy, and he's like, "Yeah, Jim Morrison went to my high school." I was like, "Oh yeah."
Damn. Well, he moved around a lot because his dad was like
Army.
Admiral Morrison.
Yeah,
you know, the whole
military.
Gulf of Tonkin
Right.
incident. But yeah, the car crash that he alludes to in a lot of his songs that
Right.
happened between Albuquerque and Santa Fe.
Yeah, where he said the Native American spirits jumped into his head.
Right.
Yeah.
Happened here.
And then we
Wow.
came to a door.
Yeah. He looked inside.
Side.
Yeah,
Dude,
that
they
happens a
played
lot
that.
on that drive.
What's
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
Albuquerque, Santa Fe. It's
Yeah.
all kinds of spirits jumping in your head on that
for
drive.
Oh, yeah.
I think about that every time I drive between Albuquerque and Santa Fe.
Yeah.
I throw on the doors and I'm like, yeah, fucking, this shit happened here.
Yeah. You guys know Smiley's Navajo, right?
Oh,
Smiley, what happens if
right.
you look at a cactus?
Well, no, it's if you look at a cactus while you're running, you die.
Yeah.
Ah.
What happens if you look at the sun?
Okay, you're not supposed to look at the sun; it'll make you go blind. That's just normal. That's
Smart,
That's
smart.
not even a superstition, man.
Throw on some sunglasses, man.
That's not even a superstition.
But what's all there's all the different ones you'll die, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean, you want the more obscure ones. It's if you cross, you have to shuffle your feet when you cross like a snake's path.
Yeah.
You don't cross where water used to be. You
interesting.
Used to.
yeah.
Isn't that all?
You don't
like,
look in the
desert?
sky while you're running. You know, lots of them are common sense, but some of them I'm
Lots of them are, you don't look at the sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look at the sun. It's
I
not
know my
superstition.
grandmother is terrified of owls.
Really?
They're an omen of death, right?
Yes, correct.
Every time she sees an owl, she just like shits her pants.
Oh,
She
dude, I
can't
saw an owl once and I almost shit my pants because I thought it was going to kill me.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, we lived in the country, and when you live in the country, if you see some person standing outside Walmart with a box full of kittens, you just walk up and take the box and go thank you and like leave, and then dump the cats outside of your house and then feed them sparingly so that they eat all the mice around your house. That's kind of what you do when you live in the
cool.
country. I know it's a terrible thing to do,
Well,
but like
my grandmother does it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of cats just like on her property.
and people will be like, "Oh, I'm going to pet your cat," and you're like, "I wouldn't do that if I were you," because they're just all wild
It
and they'll
is,
fuck
it
you
is
up.
a hunter.
So then, like
What's it called?
coyotes will eat them, right?
Yeah.
But we were losing cats, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And so one day I went out to the barn because I had a basketball goal out, and we had a big, like literally our barn was the size of a basketball court. It was big. It was one of those
Damn.
big like half circle barns. I go open the door, and this fucking barn owl flies down from the rafters, probably like a 7-foot wingspan, barely misses my face.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I run back to the house and I tell my dad, and he fucking goes, that's where the cats are going. Takes his shotgun, goes out there, and I hear the blast, and comes back in. He's all, ain't no barn owl no more.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I love owls.
Put down
I think
old
they're so
dealer.
cool.
Yeah.
That's where the cats are going.
That's really cat. Like the barn owl would like go swoop down. I mean, huge, terrifying creature. You know?
I believe it, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's probably the only thing I take out a farm cat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I wouldn't, you know.
You don't mess with farm cats.
No, they'll fuck you right up.
Yeah.
Shred your arm, you know. Fuck each other up. Like if you throw like a can of cat food out there, they're like fucking
Oh,
each
dude,
other up. You're
I
like,
have a cat, and he
Yeah.
got into a street fight very recently.
oh man.
He, like, my wife and I were out, and we
Yeah.
came back home, and he was just standing on the couch, but he was covered in dirt. And his
Jesus.
claws just had white fur, like, sticking out of every single
no.
claw.
Jeez.
And he's all nonchalant about it. He's like, whatever,
He's
man.
just standing there staring at us. It's like, welcome home, bitch.
Damn. He's a street cat.
I protected your house. Where's my thank you?
Oh, they're telling me that okay. I need an extra R at the end of your guys' Instagram tag.
Yeah. No, there's this guy who actually took the full title, Sinister Surfer, like without,
Oh.
just Sinister Surfer. I messaged him too. I was like, hey man,
Is it at
can
the
we,
end?
can we like switch names? He's been like not active since like 2017.
Does
Oh,
he still have the
Yeah.
handle?
Is it at the end? The R's at the end?
Yeah, 2 R's at the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sinister Surfer.
Sinister Surfer.
Yeah. Well, it's funny in France too. Like when we'd exchange, because everybody has Instagram or like WhatsApp out there. Like, all right, what's your Instagram? I was like, Sinister Surfer. Like, Sinister Surfer. Oh.
There you go. For Robert Starbakken. Is that Starbakken? Is
Bobby.
that you? Bobby. All right.
Bobby. Oh, he's in the
Bobby
house.
said that. So Bobby is our rhythm guitarist and other vocalist.
Yeah.
He sings "Don't Worry, Darling."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I would talk to him. Is he the one leaving? He's like,
Yeah, he's going to medical school in
He's
July.
about to be the Dr. Robert.
Yeah.
he's going to be dead to us, is what he's going to be.
Oh,
You don't want to
he's
play
always
music in
welcome.
Albuquerque anymore. You're dead to it. I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
fucking with you.
He's gonna play music in Las Cruces.
Thank you for correcting that, though, because I don't know why I didn't see that.
No, it's all good.
He's gonna play with people's vital organs in Las Cruces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't talk shit to him because I'll probably need him in a couple of years.
That's what I was
Dude,
saying.
he's the guy.
He's the guy I'm going to for all my prostate exams
Smart.
already.
Is he? And are you going to be like a dick about it? You're like, dude, I need you to stick your finger in my butt.
No, he
And he's
likes
like,
it.
I don't want to. And you're like, no, you have to.
It's
Sorry.
for my health. Come on.
Yeah, man, you
Don't
don't
you care about
you
me?
don't want me to die, do you? What an asshole. You're just fucking with him.
Oh, we love Bobby.
He said my first prostate exam is free. I wouldn't be giving them away. I don't know if I'd give them away. There,
We'll get free coupons at our show. So yeah.
And if you guys buy our vinyl, we'll give you you get one free prostate exam, which is it's expensive. So this is a good deal, guys.
I know.
We're cornering the marketing on this.
We care about all of your health, each and every one of you.
Smart.
Line
This-
up on stage.
Yeah, everyone line up. Yeah,
Yeah.
Drop trout.
Live demonstration.
Let's go.
it's Men's Health and Sinister Surfer album release. All right, we're gonna take a break. Where could people go listen to this record?
You can listen to it on any streaming service, Spotify, Apple Music,
YouTube Music, Pandora,
everything. Yeah, everything.
Anywhere music.
Bandcamp.
Right?
Yeah, we went through a DistroKid, so they do it for like everything.
So it's on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even on Instagram, you can find our music there if you want to put it on your story or whatever.
I did. I don't know if you noticed this.
Oh,
You
I did notice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, my guy, thank you.
See, like the thing that I've been doing recently, and I want the scene to take notice. When I post stories now, I try to do local bands for
Appreciate it, man.
any story.
It's good.
And I think that any, I don't know if you guys get paid for that, but
Eventually,
No,
if
not
we
at all.
have we have over
Yeah. I think the only royalties we've made so far is like 50 cents of Spotify. So that's kind of,
yeah, and
whatever.
Spotify
So-
won't even pay you unless you
Yeah.
have over 1,000 monthly
The guy,
listeners.
he's like
Yeah.
a billionaire though. It's like, all right, cool.
I have a friend who, he and I have a friend who's in a pretty famous band, and he's got a platinum record and 3 gold records. And I looked at his like like yearly revenue from streaming, and it is the most fucked up,
It's nothing.
ridiculous bullshit.
The industry is so fucked up.
Oh,
right
it's
now.
fucked.
Yeah.
It's fuck, like the amount.
Well, and I mean that's why like
Yeah.
a lot of even the big bands, they have these merch stores and they're selling beers, they're selling hot sauces. It's because you don't make money from music anymore.
No.
Sure.
You just can't.
Ivy, do you know Ivy Hoycox? Haycox? When will they kiss? I don't know what this says.
I don't know.
We were kissing just before we walked in.
Yeah, we were practicing earlier.
Bobby just yelled vape cam.
Vape cam, right on.
Actually, the whole thing with the money thing, like you were talking about how you don't make money off of that. Fuck, who was it? I was just reading this story.
So what are you making? A brand?
That's the only way to make money anymore.
Guns N' Roses, Izzy or Duff McKagan,
Yeah.
from
yeah.
Seattle, right?
Yeah.
So he leaves Guns N' Roses, goes back to Seattle, and it was either when he left or when they were on break. This was like unbelievable to me. I was like, wow, and I knew some of it, but like he decided to go to like community college and study business and finance, and so he's like, I'm gonna take $100,000 and I'm gonna invest it. And so the 3 companies he invested in were all local Seattle companies because he wanted to be local. So and this was like, you think of Guns N' Roses back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it was Starbucks, Microsoft, and Amazon. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like he's fucking wealthy. Like they don't even know how wealthy he is, right?
Yeah.
So then
Those are the 3 he picked.
Yeah.
Shit.
So then he
Crazy.
studied the business model of music, and he realized you cannot make, no one was making money off the touring. And the touring was to promote the album sales.
Yep.
And so when he went back into bands, he flipped the model and started pushing for more merch, more albums to be sold, and actually made it profitable to tour and make money. And it was him that did it. I was like, no shit. Like that's fucking crazy. Like
Yeah,
bands,
genius.
like even like the biggest bands in the world were touring and losing. The tour lost money.
Well, because like
Yeah.
the way the record industry used to work is
Yep.
record sales made you the money. Touring
Right.
was to promote record sales.
Correct.
But now it's all streaming, and artists make like 1/100th of 1 cent per stream.
Yeah.
So even the biggest artists out there, they don't really make money from streaming.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a break. So you guys go check out their album. Follow them on social media. Now that I've added the extra R.
Tropic Psychic by Sinister Surfer.
Yeah.
Out everywhere now.
Definitely. So you guys have anything else to promote? Friday night at Marble, right?
Yeah, we're opening for Prison Bitch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Those
Interesting.
guys are awesome.
So yeah. All right. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh,
I'll tell you guys at the
I'm not
break.
going to be there for it.
I'll tell you guys at the break what I was just about to say, but I'm not going to say it because it'll ruin it. A surprise. But that's gonna be cool. That's sick. We have some announcements. So next weekend we do not have a podcast live here on Sunday. We might be live on Sunday. We don't know. Actually, at 5:45 we will not be live. I am going to be. Oh, I don't know. It's an hour. Oh yeah, I'll be on stage with Spike Spencer from Neon Genesis Evangelion in Houston, Texas, because Smiley and I are going to Comic Palooza. We are leaving Wednesday night.
That is correct.
We are driving, and we are driving Wednesday night as far as we can go, and then I think it'll be Lubbock, Texas, probably, and then we're going to be Wednesday night in Lubbock, and then Thursday we're going to be in Austin, Texas. We're going to spend the night in Austin, Texas. We're going to do some streaming and fun shit from there, and then Friday we will be in Houston, Texas, with our friend Ming Chen. And we'll be there at Comic Palooza, one of the largest Comic-Con in Texas.
Yep.
It's my second one. And then Friday night at 9:45, we're podcasting. And I think at first I was like, well, that's fucked up. But I think it's actually, they're doing a karaoke after party.
So we'll be emceeing.
And we're going to be podcasting from from the karaoke after party.
Oh, fun.
And then Sunday night, I'll be doing Spike Spencer at Comic Palooza. I'm actually going to host a panel. They didn't even ask Ming to host a panel. They came out and they were like, "Hey, would you like to do this?" I was like, "Shit, yeah." And the guy that I'm doing, he's like been on Dragon Ball Z. If you can name an anime in the last 20 years, this guy's done it. Video games, World of Warcraft, all kinds of shit. I'm like stoked about it. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But we're leaving Wednesday night. We're gonna drive.
Oh, yeah. It's a road trip time.
Road trip, man.
And this will be my first time with my media credentials.
Yeah. Smiley got media credentials.
Finally.
Yeah. Did they send you an email that has your QR code? Cool.
Yep. No,
All
no,
right.
I got it. Yeah, because last time
Yeah.
they're like, "Why is this guy in a guest pass telling me to do shit?"
Yeah. Not this time. You'll be like, I'm somebody.
Yeah.
Listen to
Trust me, just listen to what I'm saying. Now I'll be like, no, don't you see the badge?
But yeah, if you are in the Houston area or Louisiana, I think, I don't know, come and we're gonna party balls, man. And I love that town. You guys ever partied in Houston?
Never
It's
been.
it's a
I've been to the
very
airport. Yeah.
it's a very cool city. We'll probably podcast live at one point from a place called Coral Sword. It is a podcasting studio / comic book store / tabletop card game place, and
Very cool.
it's owned by Ming Chen and one of the Houston Astros. And it's a fucking amazing place. I did it 2 years ago, and so we'll be back there. So definitely hit us up if you're in that area. We'll be out about, man. They have this bar in Houston. It's called Roswell's, and it's like burns fluorescent green and purple in your eyes, and it's terrible. I hate it. And they took me there because I'm from New Mexico, and I was like, they're like, "What do you think?" I was like, "I fucking hate this place." And they're like, "Is it not like Roswell?" I was like, "It's not like Roswell." And I said, "Let me tell you something. If you ever go to New Mexico, don't go to fucking Roswell.
It's not a good place.
It sucks. Go to Albuquerque, go to Santa Fe, go to Taos. Don't go to fucking Roswell."
There's not even aliens there anymore.
No,
Go to
Yeah,
White
go-
Sand.
Brody. Quit. Hey. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back with Sinister Surfer. You guys see us in Houston, and with that, we are 10 drink minimum. Oh man, we're back. It's the Billy / Wavy Hour. You're watching 10 Drink Minimum, sponsored by the Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Smiley's like, "Oh, how much are we gonna take with us?" I was like, "Let's take a couple of cases with us to Houston." Yeah. Is your mic on?
So
There we
we
go. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a legitimate concern. I'm like, I got all this Topo Chico sitting at the house, so how much of it are we taking with us?
They're just piling it up.
It is. There's like
You can't drink it fast enough, kids. We're going to Houston next weekend. Pretty excited about it. I'm going to do a special live podcast tomorrow night with one Ming Chen from the TV show Comic Book Men, from the movie Clerks 3, the 4:30 movie. In the movie 4:30 movie, it's hilarious. He plays one of the main characters, Chinese dad that works in the Chinese restaurant. And he just starts screaming at her in Chinese. I don't even think he knows how to speak Chinese. I'll ask him tomorrow night. But we'll broadcast that live. We're going to promote us going to Comic Palooza this weekend, so that'll be tomorrow night. I don't know, 7:30ish. But you guys, welcome to 10 Drink Minimum. The band Sinister Surfer's in the studio with us. They have a new album out. What's it called again?
Tropic Psychic.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. The camera, you got up and the camera moved with you, so it's on Ming right now.
I know. How did it know?
Yeah, look
Shout
at that.
out to Ming.
Yeah, it's on him. And it's so hilarious. Someone's like, "Where did you get that one?" I was like, "He gave it to me." Here you go. Hold on. Let's pan backwards. These cameras are great, but then when you get up and move, it's all, I need a face. There you go.
There we
Real
go.
close
All
to
right.
Zach's face.
There you go.
Sweet.
That sexy,
We have
sexy Christian
Zach
Slater
and
face.
Zach and Olli from the band Sinister Surfer.
What's up?
And you guys are like, "We got whiskey. We should do shots." I was like, "Oh, we're gonna do some shots. We're gonna do a little Malort."
Yeah, we'll start with the
yeah, man.
good old Malort.
And Zach, you've had it before,
God,
but Ollie, you've
long
never
time
had
ago.
it. Yeah.
I've never had it. I have a good friend named Ono
Yeah.
who keeps telling me we need to try it together.
So
So,
Are
what do
you
you
sure he's a good
this
friend?
shot,
Yeah.
this shot goes out to Ono.
Well, what do you think? What do you think it's gonna taste like?
So I told him that
Yeah.
I really like absinthe,
Ooh.
and he's like, "If you like absinthe, we need to have Malort."
I think you're gonna like this.
So I'm
Zach.
gonna assume there's an anise taste to this.
Yeah, it's
There's
made.
a common ingredient.
Yeah. And you've had it. Do you remember what did it taste like to you?
It's been too long, but
It hasn't been too long because I don't think you've had it. All right,
dude, I was
Well,
on for a while
poser.
ago.
All right.
Oh, shut the
Well, we're gonna do. Here we go. Then here's to your new album and all its
Thank you.
success. So,
Thank
boom.
you very much.
Clank, clank, clank. We clanked out
Clank.
in the air.
Get
Slunch
clanked,
it.
idiot.
And I'm gonna keep it on you because I already know what Smiley's face is gonna look like. He's not gonna like it.
Oh, it's very herbal,
Yeah, it's got that,
Herbal. Huh?
herbaceous.
it's got that licorice kind of taste.
Yeah.
It's not
I
bad
see
at
it.
all.
I dig
Yeah.
it, man. It's good shit. Yeah.
My mouth is numb.
And people are like, oh, like Bert Boyce from Marble Brewing was here last week, and he goes, I got drunk on Malort, and I was like, how do you do that? It's very low alcohol. It's like, what is the alcohol content?
It's 35%.
Yeah,
It's 35.
that's low.
yeah, it's low. It's low as shit.
So like compared to absinthe is what, like
Fucking
dude.
90.
68%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Absinthe's flammable.
Yeah, and it's like, and like he's like, I got drunk on Malort. I was like, what's wrong with you? No wonder you hate the taste of it. I mean, if you had to take 20 shots or something,
I think you need therapy.
Yeah. But yeah. So we're gonna take. We have like probably like 1 3/4 bottles. So we'll probably take one of those with us. Ming will probably take one with him to
That
Houston.
just never gets better, does it?
No, it does not. It's like a prostate exam at a Sinister Surfer show. It's
Yeah, it's already peak experience. It can't get better.
can't get better than that, bro.
You one of the best. You got the best.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to be here. So, Smiley, what do you think Houston's going to be like? I want to hear this.
In general,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I used to go out there every year for the Texas
Yeah.
Indian Market.
It'll be just like that.
No, I've been to the. I've been to. Okay. So I know how big the convention center is
Yeah.
going to be, and it's
Yeah.
huge.
It's fucking
a
massive.
huge place.
Each floor, it's like 3 floors. And each floor is like a football field. That's how
Damn.
big this Comic-Con is.
It's fucking wild.
They
dude.
use the whole place. It is
Dude,
gigantic.
I've seen a lot of cosplay because I've been to Albuquerque, the Albuquerque one a lot, which the Albuquerque one's pretty big. The
It's
last
grown.
Hell yeah.
in January, the
So
Saturday one had 25,000 people.
It
That's
definitely
crazy.
surprised me with how big the Albuquerque
Yeah.
Comic Con
Yeah.
is.
So I've been
They
to
were
the,
at capacity this last year.
yeah.
shit.
I've
Makes
done the
sense.
Albuquerque, both of the Albuquerque ones. I've done El Paso. I've done what other one? And then Houston. And like Houston is like if you took all of those and did them at one time, it's fucking big. It's like god damn. And like the cosplay, like there was a dude. First of all, it's Houston in the summer, right? There was a dude as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle from the late '80s movies.
Full suit.
Full suit.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's amazing. That guy's gonna die today.
Yeah.
And like literally by like 3 o'clock he had the head off and he
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, I'm sure.
It's an actual like,
But
from the behind the scenes where they're
but-
like they're just fanning down the
Yeah.
actors because they're about to.
but it
die.
was movie specific. It was like perfect.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Did he have like the moving mouth too?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Like there was this lady, I don't even know what video game or anime. She was on stilts and she was in like Renaissance or turn of the century like dress. But
White
like
dress,
yeah,
black hat.
yes.
It's Resident Evil.
Yes. And she was about 13 or 14 feet tall.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
had an
that's-
umbrella
yeah,
and had an
yeah.
umbrella. And she
Fucking
was
sick.
for her to get in the
man.
building, I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was amazing. Like some of that, like that was the moment when I was like, okay, I have mad, like I used to be like, these people, there's something wrong with them. Now I'm like mad respect to these people.
They
Straight
really
up.
go all out.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, man.
creativity that you can just like display.
Right.
Even like it's not an original character. You're just like paying tribute to what you love.
Right.
How much creativity you can display in that is
Yeah.
pretty fucking awesome. I know my wife, she really likes the Five Nights at Freddy's series.
Okay.
She doesn't like to play it.
Oh, I'm friends with one of the guys that did the voices.
Fuck yeah, dude. No, but she loves like watching videos of
Yeah.
it. And
Oh, he went and watched us do our podcast one time.
really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
And we didn't even know he was in the front row. He did Malort with us.
Hell yeah. But there's like these like FNAF cosplays lately where they're like in like a full suit and they look like an animatronic.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
fucking insane what
People
they can
are
do, dude.
great. And then they'll be like that. They'll stay like that all day.
Yeah, all day.
And you're
The
like,
dedication
you're
is
wearing
insane.
this. Well, but then part of me is like, what's wrong with you? The other part of me is like, no, I get this.
Yeah.
You're a performer
Uh-huh.
and you don't know how else to perform to get what you need. And you've prepared all year for this or, however long. And I have a couple of friends who are professional cosplayers now.
Yeah.
Like I'm in this world. I'm like part of it now.
Yeah.
I'm in this world and I have friends who they'll be like, at this Comic-Con we have Brent Spiner from Star Trek and Mark Hamill, and then they'll be like, and this person, professional cosplayer.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I have a friend, Kristen Kiltastic, follow her on Instagram, she's a friend of mine. She travels and she'll all 3 days she'll be a different character each day.
That's so cool.
And then Nath, my friend Nath, she does the same thing. And like one day she'll be like Black Widow, and then the next day she'll be like Cammy from Street Fighter. You know, like you're like, what the fuck, man? And it's kind of nuts. Like it's a different world that I first of all never thought I would be a part of, but I now am. And so it's so weird because
You're making me want to bust out my sewing machine.
oh
Yeah,
man,
go.
I fixed mine this
Yeah.
weekend, brother.
I don't have enough time though. That's
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Right. No, Smiley, you're gonna shit at the cosplay, man. You're gonna be like, wow, like this is next level
The
crazy
lengths
shit.
people can go to
Yeah.
to really fucking nail something is
Yeah.
really
And,
impressive.
Dedication, man.
And then especially like there'll be like a crew of people, and you're like, holy shit, you're all the team, you know. But it's so weird. Go ahead.
I was in a professional dance group for most of my younger years, so like I'm used to like making my own costumes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'm feeling like I'll get some inspiration from this. Like maybe I'll go back, I'll get some sewing out again.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what?
man.
I used to do that.
Yeah, you probably.
Hang it,
I could
yes,
see
but-
that, but like it's so weird because like I've now been added to the private Comic-Con like Facebook group, and so like 2 years ago I went down to El Paso with Ming, and you know Ming's my friend, and he's kind of gotten me into this world. And 2 years, like the way it works is, I'll go with him. And on Friday, like I'll show up and they'll be like, and you are, and I'll be all, I'm Chris, and I'll be like shaking everybody's hand. And then by Sunday, everybody's like, God damn it, man, you better come back next year, dude. You better come back next year. So like, this last year, El Paso hit Ming up and they're like, can you come down and do the panels? He's like, no, I've got to do the Minnesota one. And they were like, oh. And so then immediately they messaged me on Facebook and they're like, hey, can you come down and do all the panels for us? And so Smiley and I went down and we did every panel that Saturday of Comic-Con. And we like, it was, you know, there was some definite like, you know, things that sucked, but like overall, like it was like, we got to do the Marvel one.
Oh yeah.
And it was like Vincent D'Onofrio,
Mike Coulter.
Luke Cage,
Yeah.
Luke
Oh,
Cage,
hell yeah.
and then you know
Kingpin, like,
the
everything
Kingpin, you know Kingpin,
Fucking
and then
Kingpin.
fucking Sean Gunn,
Yeah.
you know,
All right.
and then who was it? Who else did we get to like fucking? Oh, Brent
That was
Spiner,
Brent Spiner.
yeah, you know Data from Star Trek,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was my favorite.
Yeah.
He's all
The next generation.
yeah, and he fucked with me. It was cool,
He
but
fucked with everyone. He was so
yeah,
funny, man.
He was so funny.
Damn.
Well,
but
you
like-
know, Zach did a really good
Yeah.
American Psycho costume.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was Patrick Bateman.
He's
I
got
could
the face for it,
see
dude.
that, yeah.
Oh, I work in finance, so it works.
Yeah, so you can
You're
kill
all,
people easily.
dude. Did you? Here's my question about your cosplay.
yeah.
What color was your business card?
It was bone.
Yeah. Do you remember how like that was
Yeah.
like
Silly
every
and
straight up,
rail.
yeah.
dude? I love that in the
Bone.
movie because every time he looked at someone's card, it was like
Yeah, he's
a
freaking
white.
the fuck
It was
out,
like a
yeah.
white card.
Yeah,
He was like,
they all look identical.
Yeah.
and he was
it's
like
like
bone. He's like bone shell.
God.
Wow.
Just
oh
the
my God.
typography on it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, Jesus.
That's
yeah.
such a good movie. Dude.
I don't know. I just had like I had a pinstripe suit, I bought a raincoat. And
Wow.
Ollie gave me
The-
fake blood
the
too.
Plastic raincoat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, blood is one of my specialties.
Did you really?
He works
Yeah.
in spirit sometimes.
Fake blood and
Oh.
real blood.
Did you ever watch the College Humor where Huey Lewis did the role?
No.
That's fantastic.
Is
Where
it?
Huey Lewis, what does he go off on? He goes off on Christian Bale movies. He's all Christian Bale played Batman. It's like amazing.
Honestly, Christian Bale scares me. Like
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
if it's
sure.
just that movie, but like seeing him
Yeah.
in Batman 2,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh yeah.
You weren't terrified straight off of like Empire of the Sun because I was like, who is this kid? He's terrifying.
Christian
Yeah.
Bale is a scary fucking
I don't
person.
know.
Yeah.
I met Mel Gibson one time, and you know, you could just see it. It's just like, yeah, like this guy.
This guy's unhinged.
He might be dude unhinged for sure. It's just
You know,
like,
that is
yeah.
Mad Max.
oh,
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. No, he was a chill dude. It was just very brief, but I was just like, yeah, it's fucking William Wallace, dude. You know, so,
right? See
yeah.
that, you know, like even with all the fucked up things he did, you know, you're like, it's fucking William Wallace,
It's like,
man.
dude, say what you will about Mel Gibson,
Well-
he knows a good plot structure.
So I did it was funny because like in January they did the Comic-Con here and it was the biggest one I think we've ever had, right?
Yeah.
They had 134 guests, like celebrities. And like I've been doing the panel thing for them for years. And like I was doing it before anyone like they couldn't find people to do it. And now it's like the cool thing to do. So like they'll send me the list and like all these like big people are already taken and I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Yeah. I've been here since the beginning.
Shit.
So like they were like, which ones would you like? And I was like, I looked at the one this year and I was like, I'll do Weekend at Bernie's.
Ooh,
Nice.
dude, hell yeah.
And they were like, because they had all 3 guys.
Yeah.
And they were like, which other one? And I was like, no, that's all.
Shit, man.
And they were like, really? And I was like, well, and I literally like messaged them. I was like, well, all the other ones I wanted, you guys gave them away already. And they were like, oh, I did 4. I did more than anyone. You know why? Because these people go sign up for it because it sounds cool. And then they look out and they go and look at the audience. There's like 4,000 people out in the audience. And they go, oh, I can't do this. So I had to go and fucking do it. So
dude,
like
props, man.
So like I'm on stage sitting next to fucking Andrew McCarthy. Like
shit.
I grew up watching this guy.
Yeah.
And like, of course, I took a picture in the back and I sent it to my sister and I was like, "Fuck you."
I have a question, man. Did you get to meet Elvira?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, because I didn't go to Comic-Con this year, and I was just like, "Fuck, Elvira."
I have a great story about that.
Zach loves
So,
Elvira.
do you really?
Who doesn't, dude?
So you know Sarah Kennedy,
Sarah
the
Kennedy.
comedian. She owned like
I think so,
Dry
yeah.
Heat Comedy.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh man, Elvira's coming," and I was like, "Oh, are you not doing a panel this year?" She goes, "I would if they asked me." And you know, she's one of those people that she's like, if they ask her, she'll do it, but she's not going to like go fight for it. And I hit up the guy and I was like, "Hey, Sarah Kennedy would like to do some panels," and he was like, "Really?" Because he knew who she was.
Kind of a big deal.
But he, you know, it was like one of those situations where a lot of times people like they don't think someone will do it, and then they don't want to ask because they're like they didn't get asked. And so then he hits her, and I was like, "I think she wants to do Elvira," and he goes, "Oh, all right." And so then he hits her up, and she messages me back. She goes, "I'm doing panels," and I was like, "Are you doing Elvira?" And she goes, "No, I'm doing this one like where I get to like moderate women in media, but it's really cool." And I'm excited about it. And I was like, well, who's doing Elvira? And she goes, "Ming." And I go, "Okay. Well, you're going to do it with me." And she goes, "Oh, I don't think they'll allow that." And I go, No. I go, "Just go ahead and plan
You're
it."
fucking doing it.
So I hit up Ming and I said, "Hey, you're doing Elvira's panel, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Hey, can Sarah Kennedy do it with you? You don't mind, right?" And he goes, "No, fuck no." And I hooked all that shit up. And afterwards, she was like, "Oh my God, thank you so fucking much." Elvira was impressive.
Elvira's cool.
Let me tell you, I sat through her thing and I met her in the green room later, but and someone's like, "I can't believe she didn't dress as Elvira." Well, she will.
Yeah.
For 20 grand more.
Yeah.
She is, if you make it in the industry in any way, shape, or form, go study her. Because like Elvira, like this is 2025. When was Elvira like big? Like
90s?
Yeah.
80s,
Yeah.
90s?
Late 80s.
90s.
I think the first Elvira movie was like
She
88.
makes so much money off
of
of
her
that
likeness,
character.
right?
Still, yeah.
The character and the likeness.
And and if you wanted to show up as Elvira, 20 grand.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
And then like there's so much merchandise out there, like Google Elvira merchandise, and she has to sign off on every single thing. And she's not an asshole. She's just that's how she makes her living.
Yeah.
Sure.
And she does really good and super nice, super cool, but like on top of her shit. Like I was like, all right,
Absolutely, man.
I'm on that.
Do
Like
you guys
that's-
know Vampira?
Yes.
Like the original Elvira?
Was it
The
Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Ed Wood, yeah.
So what's crazy to me is like that I've like come into this world and I know these people. So like I'll meet like the handlers, or not the handler, the agents. So like celebrities now will have multiple agents now. They'll have like a movie or a media agent that's like movies, TV, that stuff, right? Then they have like a booking agent for like Comic-Cons or like car dealership that they show up to and you know whatever. And then I think there's like one other one. I'm trying to think what that one is, but like yeah, they have like different agents, right? So I know a lot of the ones that do the Comic-Cons, right?
the con agents.
Yeah. So like they know I live in this like one of the reasons I did one of the panels at the Albuquerque one is Saturday night we're all out partying, and one of the guys I know comes up and he's like, "Hey, do you know my client David Patrick Kelly?" And I was like, "Yeah, from the Warriors. You know the Warrior.
Oh,
you ever
I
see
love
the
that
Warriors?"
movie,
Yeah.
dude.
And I
Loves that movie.
Oh,
I
dude.
have a poster above my
Okay.
my
Right above
TV
his
at home.
TV.
you'll
dude,
love this.
I
You'll
love
love
the
this.
Warriors, bro.
So I was like, "Yeah, from the Warriors." I was like, "From The Crow."
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yep.
from Commando. I was like, from Twin Peaks. And he goes, "Good." He goes, "Because I would like for you to run his panel tomorrow."
Nice.
He's like, "This is his 4th Comic-Con. He's not sure about these, and I want it to go very smooth."
Did you guys ever go to the Morgan Crypt convention?
I
The
haven't been,
HorrorCon?
but we had them on.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, we had them on here, and I love what they do.
The first year was a little bit rough.
It's going to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first year.
Yeah.
But it was still good. It had the potential. Second year was really good.
Yeah.
I think Tony Todd was at the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one they did, and it was just like crazy, just like seeing him.
Are you a
like,
horror guy?
I love horror.
Okay.
That's like all I watch. All
right.
Fucking horror.
Oh, I have a good story for you. So
Give it to me.
I've met 3 of the Jasons.
Oh shit!
I've met only one.
So, which one?
The newest one. What is this? Kane.
Kane Hodder?
Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder is a terrifying individual in person.
Yes,
Am I wrong on this?
Yeah, no, he really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like 6 foot,
Yeah.
like 9.
Something like that.
And he did you notice he wore a long sleeve shirt and gloves?
Yeah.
He is a stuntman, and he burned his upper body on a TV show,
Holy
a
shit.
daytime
man.
TV show performing a stunt. He burned his upper body.
Wild, man.
Very intense guy.
Yeah.
So Ming and I were supposed to do his panel, and we're hungover as fuck, and we're like reading his Wikipedia, and the guy driving him around that they had hired to be his handler comes up to us, and he'd just done the Zach Morris panel, or whatever the guy's name is that does Zach Morris, and
Yeah.
he comes over to us and he goes, "You guys are doing the Kane Hodder one?" And we're like, yeah, and we're like trying to like study his like fucking
awesome?
Wikipedia, and he goes, "I love Jason." He's like, "I was at the Arsenio when Kane Hodder came out as Jason. I was like, "You were there?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I love him. I know everything about him." And I was like, so then I look at Ming and I was like, "Why are you not doing this panel? Like, we don't want to do this.
yeah.
We're hungover as fuck and we don't even want to be here." And I was like, "You should do this." And he goes, "Really? You guys would let me do it?" And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he got all excited. He goes up there, and then Kane Hodder just goes up there and just moderates his own shit.
Yeah.
And handles it.
Yeah.
So then I have another one.
You'd be
So-
surprised how often that happens.
So I'm up
Really?
there.
Sure.
Oh, what do you? Never mind.
I'm up front doing the Star Wars one, and it's like the guy who's like currently Darth Vader, like, and I don't mean like Hayden Christensen. I mean the guy who's in the suit. They have like
guy
a
in the suit.
Yeah, they have like a 6'7" guy who's like
Not James Earl Jones.
It's like a 6'7" guy who's like a ballet guy.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
They
and
know
I'm-
how to move.
Oh, and he had to hire a movement coach because they didn't like the way he was moving.
Really?
So it was him, Tate Fletcher. Fuck, who else? Then it was the lady who was the Twilight Jedi that got killed in Revenge of the Sith, which was an amazing story because she's not an actor. She was a PA, and George Lucas was like, "Oh, we got to kill one more Jedi. We need one more Jedi for this montage."
Yeah.
And they pointed at her and they're like, "Can we put makeup on you and then kill you?" And and she became a part of Star Wars.
Did she play, what was it, Ahsoka?
No, she was
No.
like, there's like a scene in Revenge of the Sith when they're like called Order 99 and they're killing all the Jedi.
Oh, yeah,
She's the Twilight that they kill.
Okay.
And you're like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
oh, you know, and like she was just a PA.
Yeah.
But like,
That's cool.
I'm
dude.
up there like
That's
doing this
crazy.
panel and my phone vibrates and I look up and they're like, "Stay up there and do the horror one." And I'm like, no idea. I didn't even know all the people.
In this combo here, I watch almost nothing but horror.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Hell yeah, man.
why not me?
I barely watch it. Yeah. So
I
it's
fucking love horror.
so on this panel, it's the Crypt Keeper.
Crypt Keeper.
It's the fourth Jason,
Okay.
the first Jason,
Oh wow.
Oh, shit.
Artie Lehman, rhymes with demon, because I'll never forget that. And then some woman that I didn't even know because they didn't have her on the fucking paper. Well, I'm trying to like announce them as they come out, and I'm fucking it up because I wasn't supposed to do it. And like I'm like, let's take questions from the audience right away. And Artie Lehman's like, what the hell? He's like, you don't know anything about us, do you? And I was like, I apologize. I was just here, and they said stay up here. And he goes, sit down. You're fired. So the first
dude.
Jason. Also, the guy who played first of all, he's little. He's a little guy.
That's
and
the kind of energy Zach has. Right there. Is that it?
his name's Artie Lehman, and
Really?
he has a band. He has a band, and they played the Friday night at Comic-Con. Guess what the name of the band is?
What?
First Jason.
Nice.
And he plays the No, guess what instrument he plays?
What does he play?
Take a guess.
Take a guess.
What is the nerdiest, goofiest fucking instrument?
Theremin.
Nope.
Is it
a guitar? I don't know.
is it a
The
saw?
guitar.
Oh, how did I know?
He plays the guitar.
Damn, man. Theremins aren't fucking nerdy.
No, but it's
But the guitar
it's all
is.
technology. you
It is,
know?
yeah, of course, yeah.
The guitar is as nerdy as it gets.
I
but-
feel like if you're one of those
Yeah.
nerds that is like really into technology and like electronic technology,
Yeah.
Dude,
the
I own a
theremin
theremin.
is where it's at.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
The
Yeah.
theremin is so
Well,
fucking
We used
cool.
the theremin during their Led Zeppelin set.
You know, Hannibal
for-
Lecter canonically plays the theremin.
Oh,
That's sick.
really?
Yeah.
Well, the guitar, like, not the guitar itself, but you can buy them now. What are they called? It's not where it's like a blank, basically like it's just an interface, and you plug it into a computer.
It's a MIDI keyboard.
MIDI
keyboard,
yeah, you can get a guitar that's a MIDI keyboard, and I'm
Wow.
kind of like, all right, I can get my who has one? Carr from All Thick has one.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
That's cool.
and I can get behind that.
Our keyboard player said
Yeah.
he used to have a keytar,
Oh, man. All
and he
right.
really Enrique.
Like
yeah,
a
he
Fisher
said,
Price guitar.
I want somebody. Here's what I want. I want someone to have a guitar and do the guitar like spin around. They flip it around
That
and
would
catch
be
it.
I don't know. Devo is pretty badass, and I think all those guys have
Dude.
guitars.
Okay,
Devo's the
okay.
shit.
So Devo,
Devo.
is not badass.
They are badass.
But with how far they go
Yeah.
and what they are, it makes them badass.
Did you see?
You
Did
know?
you see the SNL 50th concert?
No.
I didn't. No.
They played, and Fred Armisen played drums.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
Dude,
Yeah,
Fred
dude.
Armisen's a badass, dude.
He
He
actually
is.
is a really good drummer.
And it was
Yeah.
like they were like Devo, and they start playing, and then they switch over to the camera, and you're like, oh, fucking Fred Armisen's playing drums for Devo.
I've had dreams about Fred Armisen, honestly.
Wow, really?
Like, I don't know. He's
Tell us
just such a, he's
I love
such a
that.
fucking guy. So I had a dream where Fred Armisen was my father.
Oh wow,
Jesus.
And I don't know.
Ollie, I'm your father.
And yeah. He was my father, and he was telling me how disappointed he was in me.
He's all,
Like, as a musician.
I am your father, because he kind of does that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Fred Armisen's cool as shit.
I love Fred
Fuck
Armisen.
yeah, dude.
I saw his stand up. He came through and he
Did you see his drumming like stand up
Yeah.
where you have to drum to
Yes.
get into the fucking venue?
So he did Sunshine, and it was instead of because like that stand up was stand up for drummers.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one at Sunshine he did was stand up for musicians.
Nice.
All right.
And we went and saw it, and oh fuck, dude, it was like that guy. I don't understand. Like, you give people like whoever gives out the talent and whatever, like they're like, well, you're a musician. Well, I want to be a comedian. All right, well, you're a comedian. I want to be a musician. Somebody was like, oh, this guy, you get to have both. What the fuck, man?
Well, it's
Shit.
what, like those triple threat
Yeah.
that people
Yeah.
talk about. You're an actor, you're a
Oh, yeah.
comedian, you're a
What the
musician.
fuck?
Yeah.
Who's 30 Seconds to Mars guy? What,
Jared Leto?
Jared Leto? Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Well, he's kind of a scumbag.
He's in trouble right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't he
I've
like
heard things a
also
long
have
time
his
ago.
own cult?
Isn't it like
Yeah.
a cult leader?
He looks
Yeah,
like
he's
a
a
cult
cult
leader.
leader.
Very
I think he
charismatic.
actually is
Yeah.
a cult
Well,
leader.
and
He
it's
thinks he's Jesus.
And you can like pay him $25,000
Yeah.
to have sex with him.
Yeah.
really.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Bobby, just saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out
It's
to
only
Bobby. If you're still in
25,000.
the chat.
Well, it's crazy too, because like that.
Also, you
well,
can do your own thing like that.
Was it like last week or week before where it all came out, where it was like, yeah, he sleeps with underage girls?
I'm not surprised. I have a friend
No.
who saw 30 Seconds to Mars, and
Yeah.
he invited like a bunch of like little teeny boppers, like 14-year-old girls up on stage. And
Yeah.
like, all right, this
Fuck
is like out of all the
Jared
people in the
Leto.
audience, he chose like middle schoolers. It's
Right.
Like, all right, that's kind of weird, dude.
Well, no, like here's what's crazy.
And Leo DiCaprio.
Because
too.
like we hang out with people, like when we go to this con, we hang out with like celebrities, and when his name comes up, they all talked about, like, it was weird. Like, I've known it for like 5 or 6
Yeah.
years.
He goes to
Yeah.
the Diddy parties and shit.
Yeah, like they were like if
the
someone
worst Joker too. I mean, come on.
yes, if someone brought, I think that's where it came about.
Yeah.
like people would bring up that movie, and everybody would be like, well, Jared Leto's in it, and he's and they were like, everyone in Hollywood knows that he sleeps with underage women. Like I've heard it.
Everyone
like,
knows.
I've heard it like 5 or 6 times.
And I don't know why they still cast him and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was like known, and then all of a sudden it came out last week. I'm like, and a bunch of people went, duh.
Yeah.
Like we all know,
It's
like,
been like an open secret for a while.
yeah,
It's crazy, man.
it's kind of
How's this guy in his 50s look like he's 22?
See
Right.
adrenochrome, you know?
Bathed in the
He-
blood of
he-
underage girls.
there you go, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Hangs
all-
out with the
you look-
Illuminati.
He's
You
a
look like
fucking
you're having
Lady Bathory modern day.
I was about to go way too dark on that one. Yeah, sorry.
we can get dark.
We can go dark, bro.
Smiley.
We know all about
Smiley,
it.
let's get really dark.
These ones look like they're about to have their
Duh.
first period.
Yeah, let's get sinister, baby.
Let's get them on me.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
Jared
want
Leto.
to. Do you mind if I get another cerveza?
You have as much as you want, man. If we have
some
them,
in
yeah.
the bag right there, yeah.
Oh, there's some in that bag right there. Smiley, he's got some in the bag right there.
I brought some to
We
share with you
brought-
guys. If you,
We brought our own supply.
yeah. I was like 10 drink, 20 drink minimum.
Yeah. No, we'll do it. Whatever you want, man.
20 drink minimum.
Grazie. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Sick.
Thank
But so where I was going with that is like out of nowhere, like one of the agents hit me up Thursday, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be at the Santa Fe Comic-Con, which I've actually never gone to because it's like fucking hour away."
You'd have
Yeah.
to take that drive to Santa Fe?
Yeah. And she's like, I'm doing Santa Fe Comic-Con. Can you come up and be a handler for one of my celebrities? And like I know her and I love her, and I was just like I don't even care who it is. I was like, yeah. She goes, because I know you'll take care of him. And I was like, who are you bringing? She goes, well, I'm going to bring Chris Kattan.
What?
And well, I don't know if I should say this. It's not announced yet. I should not say these because these are not
You
announced
should
yet.
definitely
Yeah.
say it.
I mean, I heard nothing.
She
Use
said maybe.
Pig
It's not.
Latin.
It's not
Pig
for sure.
Latin.
So Chris Kattan,
Cop Latin.
Tommy Davidson, and Robert Wall. Speaking of Batman,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Fuck, I'll do any. That'd be any of those.
I'll do anything.
I'll do them all.
I'll do anything for $20, all right?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
$25,000. They can sleep with me.
Oh my god. Damn.
I'm kidding. That'd be cool.
I always liked the Chris Kattan sketch. He's like spitting food on people. He's sitting up on the chair, just fucking.
Oh, he's Mango, right?
I think so, something like that.
Mango.
Where he was kind of like a monkey, but you
Yes.
weren't sure. SNL.
Dude, Chris Farley. That was my era of SNL.
Yeah,
It's good shit.
I have a good SNL like a story.
Go for
My
it. man. Yeah.
my boss, like when I first moved to Albuquerque, Brody does too. She has a good. Yeah, everyone's like someone listened to the the Mayor show where we had Mailing Armijo on, and they're like, I love Brody, but why if she barks so much, why don't you have her outside the studio? And I was like, because she'll bark outside the studio
For the whole time.
the whole
You
time.
can't-
We want the ambiance, man.
You can't edit out.
We wanted her
an
to shut up
entire-
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But my boss, like, so I started working at this place that like they owned a bunch of Chevrons, and my boss was like, "Yeah, I moved from New York. I was a carpenter," and I was like, "Oh, right on." And he's like, "Yeah, I did production," and I was like, "Production on what?" And he's like, "Oh, well, like for like the last 10 years of it, it was SNL." I was like, "Wait a minute, whoa. I was like, "You did production design on SNL?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I was a breakaway specialist." And I was like, "What's a breakaway specialist?" They're like, "They need a wall that needs to be broken or furniture that needs to be blown out." And I was like, and he goes, "I made the table that Chris Farley went through."
Oh man.
And I was like,
that's fucking cool.
and he was like, "You have to make one for dress, or one for rehearsal, one for dress, and one for extra."
Dude, even the old school, like the late 70s SNLs, like, John Belushi, Chevy Chase is pretty funny. I hear he's a total dick, though, in real life.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's known. Yeah,
For sure.
it's all known.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm stoked. I'm like, I guess I'll be up in October. I'll be in Santa Fe for Santa Fe Comic-Con.
Well, hell yeah, man.
I'm sure I'll be doing panels. I don't know.
I'm sure. Well, can you panel and wrangle someone at the same time?
Yeah, you want to wrangle somebody too?
We can try.
Yeah, Smiley, I'm afraid to ask because you might not show up. It'll be during the day.
What's that mean? I mean, I show up for things that I say I'm going to show up
All
to.
right,
I just
you-
generally
yeah.
don't like doing things during the day or being awake during
he
the day.
does not.
Freaks come out at night, man.
Dude, so we
Yeah.
we traveled with Smiley last October to Chicago.
Oh, hell yeah. I
So
love
it-
Chicago, man.
And
Hell yeah.
that was like Smiley's first like
That was my inauguration in
hanging out with Ming other than
this Comic-Con.
Albuquerque. And Ming would be like, we would go, Ming. So like the thing with Ming is he has an agenda.
Yeah.
He knows everywhere we're gonna go. and he has like I don't know if he has like a time limit in his brain or what, but like Smiley's not a get up and go kind of guy. He's not. He's just not.
I feel that for sure.
And so Ming's like, he's like, so we're like partying at a place, and Ming would like look at his phone and be like, "All right, you guys ready to go to this place?" And then we'd like walk out the door and be walking, and then we'd like be 2 blocks away, and he'd be like, he'd turn and be like, "Where's Smiley?" I'd be like, "Oh, I don't." And Smiley will stop. Smiley will walk out, and he'll stop, and he'll do this thing where he like looks around, and then he like bends over and he like opens his backpack and he like takes something out, and he's like either looking through stuff or whatever, and then we're gone.
Oh yes, I remember.
He's on his own program, man.
Yeah.
I'm over here at like Wrigley Field, or outside of Wrigley Field. I'm like, where the fuck did they go?
Yeah, and we have to backtrack
right
for
here.
Smiley. Yeah.
Damn. I don't know. Chicago's a fun place to walk around in, though, man.
Fuck yeah.
I
Ever
have
been
a
to-
question. So, where does the name Smiley come from?
It's his last name.
That's my last name.
Really?
Yeah, my name is James Smiley.
Yeah.
I'm the only person
Mr. Smiley.
on this show that uses my real name.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Smiley to you.
It cracks me up too because people go, "Why do you guys call him that?" I'm like, "That's his last name."
Dude, that's a badass name, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
It's on
Have
my
you ever been to
passport.
Illuminati's in Chicago? It's like a deep dish pizza place.
No,
Lou Malnati's.
no, because we went to Biguanos.
Okay.
Have you been to Biguanos?
I don't think so.
So that's the one. Here's what cracks me up is like so the thing with me, when he goes to like cities, he doesn't want to go anywhere that like tourists go.
Oh,
He wants
for
to
sure.
go. He
Yeah.
wants to go where we go. So that's when I met him. He was like, "Hey, I want to come. I'm coming into Albuquerque, and I want to do it." He saw that there was. He looked up Albuquerque podcasting, and he was like, He hit us up. He's like, "Can I be in your show?" And I was like, I didn't know who he was, and I googled him, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, shit, yeah." And so he comes into town, and he was like, "I want to go to Founders Speakeasy. I want to go to Monte Carlo Steakhouse. I want to go to the Frontier." And I'm like, who the fuck are you, and how do you know these places? Like Monte Carlo Steakhouse, like
Yeah.
I am Mr. Smiley.
Right.
But
Or
that
Vernon's.
thing-
Vernon's is really nice too.
That's
yeah,
my
but
life.
Dude, Vernon's.
Yeah.
Monte
fucking
Carlo. Have you been to Monte Carlo?
I have not. No, not yet.
Aren't they closed?
No.
Oh, they're still
You're
open?
thinking
they're
of
still
Paul's
open.
Monterey Inn.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Of. Paul's Monterey.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you guys from Albuquerque?
We're
Yes.
born and raised. Yeah.
Born and raised,
right.
unfortunately.
You guys have never been to the Monte Carlo Steakhouse.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm terribly sorry.
Hey,
I have
okay.
not.
All right.
So I'm only 29.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah.
All right. Zach's the old man of the group. He's our daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm the leader. I'm the
Whatever
right.
he says goes.
All right, let me.
He has never taken us out to any nice place.
I think you got.
I
No.
will.
Wait a minute.
He
Hold
takes us
on.
to Anaheim,
Hold on. You
all
just
right?
said a nice place, so you definitely have not been there.
Okay. Monte Carlo. I will
So
go.
Monte Carlo Steakhouse. Let me explain to you where it's at. So you drive down Central towards the South Valley.
Wait, it's still open.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You cross the river. You know where the botanical gardens and all that shit is.
Yeah.
You cross the
So you're
river.
going west.
Yes.
Okay.
Before you get to Atrisco, it's on the left.
Okay.
Now, because I called it a steakhouse, does
Does not
not
mean it's good.
No. No, it is good.
It's super good.
It is good. Here's the thing. You roll in. It is South Valley chic.
Nice.
All right.
All right? We're talking
Viva la raza.
We're talking Bud Lights and Modelo's, brother.
Yeah,
Dude, straight
dude.
up, bro.
So you like kitsch Elvis shit on the walls?
Yeah, we do.
Monte Carlo
absolutely,
Steakhouse.
bro.
You like a NASCAR hood on the wall? Monte Carlo Steakhouse.
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
sold.
Elvis has
you
left
want
the
a
building.
you want
yes.
a good $22 steak? Monte Carlos.
Okay.
Go.
Dude, yeah, we're going tonight, bro.
Dude, that
Let's
place,
fucking go.
We'll
Dude.
perform a show at Monte Carlo.
I'll be right there.
dude, I'll go. I'm in. I love that place. Is it? I don't know. Is it open? I'll go.
I have no idea.
I don't
Let's
think.
all go.
Honestly, it's not open on Sundays. I don't think.
No, I don't think it
I
is.
was gonna say,
But
after the
but
podcast,
okay.
let's go.
If you go,
See, another reason to hate religion.
if you go on
not open
Friday
on
and Saturday
Sundays.
night, it's like the upper echelon of the South Valley date night.
The
All right.
upper echelon of the South
Damn,
Valley.
the high rollers, huh?
You know, but you know those people.
I am gonna make a death metal song about
It was
that.
right down the street, or it's right down the
Yeah.
street from what used to be the
So one
the
thing.
Blue Spruce.
Yeah.
I am also in a death metal band called Bloodshed Transcendence.
Yeah.
It's really sick.
Brutal death metal.
Yeah.
Right. So we take like traditional death metal, but we add like just like super stupid heavy breakdowns.
Okay.
And it like the lyrics are just the most insane shit in the fucking world. My vocalist, he wrote a song called Cephalopod Anal Insertion.
Okay.
So I think what did you say was the upper echelon of South Valley chic?
Yeah.
That could definitely.
I think they have a longhorn bullhead on the wall.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn.
It is like you're like you go in and you're like, what in the fuck?
What in the fuck is this, dude?
There's like a velvet painting of Elvis. There's like statues of him, and you're like,
Hell yeah,
dude.
And then the waitress comes over. She goes, "What do you want to drink?"
So
What
what you
you
want?
want, eh?
And no, and she's Greek. So the best is when you go.
Okay.
All right,
Hell yeah,
the best shit ever.
Fuck yeah.
It's ran by a Greek family.
dude.
When I say family,
Trojan horse.
When I say family, I'm not really sure if they're actually related. They're a family, but I'm not really so sure if they're related.
Gotcha.
If you can catch the drift on that.
They're
Yeah.
all
So-
just Greek.
So the first time I ever went into the place was the liquor store, and I go in to buy like beer and stuff, and I walk in and there's like a dude behind the counter, and then there's a table in the middle of the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking at the table.
Yeah, I'm all about
And
that.
I
dude.
was like,
That was Zach, actually.
Dude, that was me in Italy, bro.
and I was like about to say some shit, and then I was like, I probably should not. and so I walk over, I start looking at.
It is a lifestyle choice.
No,
You
it's
cannot judge them on that because it is actually the superior lifestyle.
it's one of those
choice.
things where like
100%.
I think if someone came in there and told them some shit, they would cold fuck them up,
Yeah, good,
straight up.
good.
and the cops wouldn't even
Some,
show
like
up.
Tony
Kinda,
Soprano shit.
Yep.
Like I got some
Yep.
guys in the back. All right.
there's some Tony Soprano shit going on. So then I'm like, so here's the funny story. So like I'm in there and I'm looking at the beers, and the guy turns, and he's like, "You ain't finding what you looking for?" I was like, and he's like, "What are you looking for?" I was like, "A beer called Bass," and he goes, "What?" It's a beer called Bass. It's from England. He goes, "Hold on, hey,
Oh my god.
what? Do we have Bass beer? What? Do we have Bass beer? No." And he goes, "Yeah, we don't have it,
All right,
But
what do you want?
but we'll get it for you." And the next week they had it.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
"What
Leave
the
it, dude.
fuck?"
Fuck yeah.
Like,
Fuck yeah.
like it's in the South Valley, and I guarantee they don't get robbed
Yeah.
Yeah,
ever.
people
But-
don't fuck around. Over
No.
there.
So you can tell you don't want to fuck with them.
Fuck
Dude,
no.
straight up, man.
Yeah. But like that was literally I just did that. That was like what happened, and I went okay.
I think,
And then my other story there, like, is we did a way back in the day on the podcast. I was like, one of my old co-hosts. I was like, yeah, let's do an episode where we each do a 40 each hour, right?
Dude, yeah.
So like I go in there to buy the 40s,
but like a 40 of malt liquor though.
yeah. Well, hold on. I was like, here's the rule: one has to be Old English, and the other one can be whatever you want, right? So I go into the fucking that liquor store, the Monte Carlo liquor store, and I'm over there looking at the 40s. Well, they also had the bombers in there too. Well, I'm in there and I have my polo shirt on because I just got off work, and
Yeah.
the guy stereotypes me. He's like, "Hey, we have other bombers over here on the side too. If you want to look over here too." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I pull out a 40 of OE and a Bud Light 40, and I walk up and put it on the counter, and he goes, "Huh, taking it back old school, I guess."
So yeah, you're not so bad after all.
And I laughed. I
Nah,
laughed.
dude,
I was like, "I guess I am."
I gotta fucking judge you for the Bud Light 40s though, dude. Like,
I wanted one that was like, well, I was doing the malt liquor one, and I
you
was
want one that's not alcohol? That's Bud Light.
yeah, pretty much.
Right, you drink those all day.
I had to do 2 hours. I had to drink a 40 an hour. That's a lot of 40, man.
That's not enough, dude.
That's
Honestly.
80 ounces in 2 hours.
No, yeah, but Bud Light. Come on,
Yeah.
come on,
No,
come on.
I'll take it.
Get out of
I still drink an old. I still drink
Get
an
the
old.
fuck outta here. We need 2 40s of IPA. Actually, is what we need.
They don't even make 40s of IPA.
Yeah,
They
and
better,
I
they
think That's a fucking crime.
Do you know who used to make a good the craft beer was
Mickey's.
No.
Mickey's
Local. I'm talking
big mouth bottles.
Dude, that was some shit right
Let's
there.
fucking go.
I was there, man. I was there for those.
You know what? You can get growlers of IPA though.
Yep.
I'll fucking do that.
No.
That's a good
So
point, yeah.
Left Turn Distilling, Palmer Brewing used to do a malt liquor craft beer, and it was called the MWA.
Nice,
Dude, yeah, bro.
And
That
it
was some
came in
shit.
this
Straight out
big
of
ass
Berkey.
can.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, dude, I can't believe you guys don't do 40 bottles of this.
Yeah,
You got to do it.
Oh, dude, they came in that big ass can though.
They did.
like
It-
less,
M-
badass
Malt
stuff.
with attitude.
got the
MWA.
girth. got the veins.
Yeah. It has that
All
like
right.
penis vein on
Yeah,
the
it's got
side,
the penis veins,
like a Three Musketeers.
but to where you have to put your tongue on the vein.
Ew.
It throbs slightly.
That's what I look for, honestly. You've got the penis veins on.
I love that. I love that. That meme. It's all. I like the penis vein on the Three Musketeers. I was like,
on the Snickers.
or Snickers. Yeah. That's some shit right there.
Helps the taste, man.
Yeah.
The days.
I wonder when people listen to this show, they're just like, what the
This
fuck?
candy bar is
I
rigid.
thought you guys were talking about rock and roll. What the fuck?
Welcome to 10 Drink Minimum.
I love-
a
yeah,
podcast about rock and roll,
my-
penis veins, and alcohol.
my favorite is when people go, "What's your show about?" I'm like, "Oh man."
It's an interview show.
You're about
Yeah.
to find out, kids.
Talking about a penis vein on a Three
Talking
Musketeers.
about
what it
the
is.
penis vein.
Oh no, Chris, did you hear that one of our competitors retired lately?
Who?
You guys have competitors?
You've
Dude.
met him,
There's no competition.
Mark Maron?
yes,
He's not retired yet. He's
Mark
retiring.
Maron?
He's retiring in the fall.
in the fall. Okay,
We
Yeah.
can go make him retire
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Where does this guy live? All right, we'll go.
Mark Maron?
Yeah, we'll go fuck him
Where
up
is
for
he?
you.
no, he's from here.
He's from here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You,
We'll
guys
fuck
don't
him
know,
up.
you guys don't know who Mark Maron is?
No, we know who Mark
We know him. He doesn't
We
know
are
us.
saying we will make him retire for you.
You know, I didn't like him, but like I would listen to a show.
It is a free service we provide.
Yeah, he'll sleep with the fishes.
Yes, look at the fishes. He's retiring. He's no. I was kind of sad about it a little bit.
I am too. Actually, I really enjoyed.
I've been
podcast.
podcasting longer than Mark Maron.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
no,
fuck
I've
Mark
heard of
Maron,
Mark
dude.
Maron. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like you guys more, man. You guys are cool.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
I know I did. I was on the radio last Tuesday. I was on
Hell yeah.
Two Men On,
Nice.
and my coworkers listened to it, and they were like, "Dude, you're better than." I was like, "No, I'm not." But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So
You're,
thinking of
you're lying, but I
We were on
appreciate
the. We're gonna be on KUNM, I guess, next week.
Oh, you weren't? I thought you were on yesterday.
no,
well, we
so
performed yesterday.
Yeah, we were-
Oh.
But it's gonna air on Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Tuesday,
how-
89.9 KUNM, 7 p.m.
That's
Ooh,
right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like. Did I like KU?
Dude, they're sick. They're
They
great.
do some good shit. They really do support
And
local
Ty
artists.
Segall even played there when he came in town. I don't know if you
Yeah.
know Ty Segall, but
Oh, of course
I'm a
I do.
huge fucking fan. I was like,
Of course
what?
I do.
He played at KU, and
I mean, like,
okay.
obviously no one listens to the radio, but at least it's a cool thing they do.
Yeah.
No, dude. You know who listens to the radio? Like old people.
Old people.
Yeah.
I listen to the oldies station on the
I'm
radio.
not that
So
old.
92.9.
yeah.
Do you guys listen to the radio? Question.
at-
92.7.
Do you have radio stations queued in on your car?
on my car I do, but it's
Really?
only a backup in case like my phone dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have any CDs.
No
with me.
service. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Your voice isn't working. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
But
the Edge was
best
huge back in the
station
day. if you remember
Is the
Edge,
oldest
but-
station on 92.7.
Yeah.
They also broadcast on 92.9,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
think is weird. They're on 92.7, 92.9.
Yeah, it's a weird
strange.
station change.
Did
It's
you
like
ever
radio
listen
station.
to Buck and Dex?
Yes, I did.
So
yeah.
you know Buck owns Del Rey. He's like one of the guys. right?
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's cool.
And he's one of the guys that is partners with us with Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Where's the picture at? I'm up there in the
Yeah, one of my
picture.
buddies does Duke City Wrestling. I work with him at Fidelity.
Who?
Sancho Martinez.
Yeah, that guy's
Ben?
new. He's new.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, I work with him.
Yeah,
at
he's a nice
Fidelity.
guy. I met him.
Yeah.
I did the commentary for that.
Zach is all about finance.
Oh,
Every time we
not
talk
really,
about
yeah.
merch, he's
Yeah.
like, so
So, yeah,
like,
this will sell at the
in a
merch table.
salesman kind of like view of this kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get G strings on the merch table.
I have a question.
G strings,
I have-
like
sorry.
the guitar strings
Yeah,
as
guitar
well as the underwear.
So I have a question for you guys about.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the scene for a second.
Let's
Okay.
talk about
Are-
music.
yeah.
Like we've already gone past our time. Are you guys in a hurry to get anywhere?
Dude, not at all, man.
Smiley,
Go.
are you in a hurry to get anywhere?
Let's chill, man.
Not
It's
today.
cool.
We
Okay.
could hang out all night.
So,
dude.
question: How do you guys feel about the local scene right now? Do you feel it's solid? Do you feel it's strong?
I
I'll
think
let
it's coming
you take
back.
that for a sec.
I think it's coming back. I mean, a couple years ago, of course, during the pandemic, things were pretty shitty, but
Of course they were.
I think it's very strong right now. I feel like every scene is kind of like, it's not in a unison where it's like a defined sound. You know what I mean? It's very fractured, like every other music scene. But I feel like it's in a great place right now.
Albuquerque is very diverse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's got
totally.
it's
There's
got
a
something
lot
for
of great
everyone.
fucking talented bands out now. It's like, we might not sound like them. You know, we're very
No.
different. But, dude, there's a lot of admirable, super talented fucking bands that,
Yeah.
like, deserve
Yeah.
all the accolades. I think are better than fucking live touring acts that are, like, pretty renowned or
There
big.
is
I
there's
feel
a
like
lot
if-
of Albuquerque bands that deserve a lot more than just Albuquerque.
I think-
I will
100%.
say that.
Right. Well, I have some thoughts on that. So I feel like there's touring bands.
Not
that-
all of them,
No,
obviously.
no,
Yeah,
of course not.
of course.
I feel like there's. I
Yeah.
feel like there's touring bands that come in and they're like sitting there watching like the openers play, and they're like, "Fuck." You know, like shit. This is good.
Yeah.
And then there's times where headliners like will be at Launchpad.
Oh, yeah.
And then the openers play, and then everyone leaves. You know, and it's like, what the
Well,
fuck?
For sure.
That is definitely something I've noticed, especially like as a person who's really into metal,
Yeah.
and heavy kind of music.
Mhm.
There's the big bands that come through like at Launchpad.
Yeah.
It's not as Leda. It's the big bands that come to Launchpad.
Right.
It's like Peeling Flesh.
Yeah.
It's that kind of sound. It is the slam. It is the hardcore. Albuquerque loves hardcore,
Yeah.
and I could definitely say that
Albuquerque loves metal.
Albuquerque could lose
100%.
a few hardcore bands, but I am also saying that Albuquerque needs a hardcore band called Not Another Hardcore Band,
Yeah.
like Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
And I think
It's a
that
parody,
would
yeah.
that would be probably the biggest band that comes out of Albuquerque if someone does that and they are aware of how saturated the market
Right.
is for hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
very
Albuquerque
oversaturated.
does love music. We have great blues bands.
Yes, yes.
Who was the blues band we saw?
God, Levi, something.
Marble?
Dude, that guy shreds, bro. Fucking-
Levi.
He was playing with
Something-
Jacob. Fuck, let's see.
Levi. It's a Spanish last name.
Dude, it's
They were so fucking good.
he plays like a lot of Jimi Hendrix kind of style shit.
it's
but
it's
he
rock,
interwoven. He did like
blues.
Santana's Soul Sacrifice mixed
Yeah.
with like Third
for
Stone.
like 10 minutes.
Third
though.
Stone from the Sun
and
by
they
Jimi
had
Hendrix.
like guitar fucking like competitions.
Well, it was like he had
Guitar
another
battle.
guitarist.
That's the
it,
word
It was
I'm
like a
looking for.
call and response kind of a blues.
Okay,
song. It was like,
yeah.
Then the other
And
guitars, like, you know, they're communicating.
It was such a pure response of like
was
the sort
amazing.
of like guitar conversations
Okay.
that you talk about like in jazz.
Yeah.
And it is like
Yeah.
two really, really good lead guitarists who know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're having a conversation on stage on the guitar. And it was so fucking good. Albuquerque has such a good music scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Way better than we. Here's the fucked up thing. Like we go, oh man, our music scene sucks, and because we think like these cities larger than us have better ones, and then you
Dude, it's
go
not that way at
dude.
all.
You
Yeah,
go,
it's
yeah,
not-
you go
it's
to
not.
Dallas, you go to Denver, you go to fucking like San Diego.
It's just that
Yeah.
Albuquerque doesn't have the same sort of like
There was a
eyes
ton-
on it as
No.
other
Oh,
cities.
Because
do.
I lived in Washington State for about a year,
Nope.
and like I'd go
Right.
to Seattle all the time, and like a lot of Seattle bands suck ass.
Well,
like, I'm just
well,
saying.
here's the other
you
thing
get
too.
Nirvana knockoffs and you
Yeah,
get
they're great,
dumb
but-
shit like that. I think Albuquerque is such a weird city to where like you can have unique things.
Right.
sure.
That
Well,
other-
a lot of
other-
bands here have.
Other
Like
than-
us,
Other than
I would
Brooklyn,
say.
like where do you find another noise scene?
Right.
Noise,
Yeah.
like no wave,
Yeah.
Yeah, not like
non-traditional
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, we have a guy
noise.
from
Noise is, like, my
Albuquerque who
favorite.
does noise.
Yeah.
Who was given the fucking Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
In
Hell
noise,
yeah.
and the two in like when I was watching him back in the day, I saw him twice, and the police tried to arrest him both times.
Makes sense.
And
Oh shit.
and then the next time, like the fucking mayor's giving him the key to the city, and I laughed, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
man?
Albuquerque as fuck,
Albuquerque
dude.
as
Straight up,
fuck
man.
right there. And then I see Raven. He's like, he posts a video, and it's like this Native American guy that I've watched in these underground DIY venues, and now he's
years.
in the rail yards. He's in the rail yards doing noise, and it is the most Santa Fe white-looking fucking pretentious fucking crowd of people
Right?
around
Oh my
him.
God.
So
And
like,
they're all like,
They smell their own farts.
and you know how
Great.
like New Mexico has all those
Yeah.
like celebrities who buy houses and towns.
yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
And so like we
Gene
can have
Hackman.
that really pretentious shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
course.
like Albuquerque itself, like
Mm-hmm.
as a city, we are such like a against the norm
Oh,
sort of
yeah, we hate it.
society. Is like we
Yeah.
hate the structure. We hate the sort of like
Yeah.
ideal of like an American city, that we are a really unique blend where
Yeah.
we can have really interesting musical and artistic projects
Right.
come out of.
well,
And I really like that about this city.
here, here's
It's a hub for creativity.
it's a huge
like
hub.
I'd rather be here than LA.
Yes,
honestly.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, here's
We just don't have the eyes on us that we.
Well-
I think we all deserve. Honestly, like even
Okay.
your podcast.
Yeah.
a bunch of local bands.
Agreed.
There's really good talent coming out of this city.
sure.
That I think deserves greater, sort of just like I don't know, views.
Yeah.
notoriety, I guess.
Here-
People
here's-
listening. People
Here's the
looking
problem.
at.
Here's the problem.
I think it takes just a little bit. Takes a little more. out
Well,
of us to
But
get
like I
out of there.
think one of the biggest problems we face is like we have like we're like third in the country for violent crime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Something like that. Or
number one for like auto theft. Number one,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
all-
yeah we're like number one for violent crime, not for murder,
Yeah.
but just like theft and that sort of shit.
It's
and
hard to
the
get
sort
ahead
of
here.
like financial difficulties we run into in this city. But the nice thing is, it's cheap to live here.
Well, when you say like our podcast, so our like here's the problem. I think a lot, and I'm gonna, this will be a little bit of a diatribe. So here's the problem with a lot of artists from Albuquerque, podcasts, influencers, everything. They want to be fucking Albuquerque or New Mexico famous. We don't.
Yeah.
We want to be world famous. And like worldwide, like 100%. Our listenership worldwide is actually pretty big.
Yeah.
Our actual, like the most listeners we get aren't from New Mexico.
From out of New Mexico.
Yeah.
No, you have a huge
and
UK
that makes
following,
a lot
right?
of sense.
We've had people travel here from Australia to see us, to meet us. We've had people come here from England to meet us, and see that's where you've got to push for, right?
And that's one of the beautiful things about Albuquerque is that we have such a unique sort of world that we live in. It's like LA without all the LA bullshit.
Correct.
And we have that sort of like
it is now.
Well, we have a different kind of bullshit.
Right. But we hate and love that bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's that sort of dichotomy, and
we like hate it, but if you say something about it, I'm going to stab you in the brain.
I'm going to stab you in the fucking throat, dude, because we are fucking pequeños.
And I'm going to tell you what's wrong with like a lot of it. Like if we did have like a Seattle thing going on or like a NorCal thing going on,
it would ruin us.
No, it wouldn't. It would eventually.
It would and it wouldn't.
But like bands would take off. But a big problem, like I have a lot of friends who are musicians. And when I was younger and I was naive and I was like, wow, TLC signed a contract where like
don't go chasing waterfalls.
That album came out and they were filing for bankruptcy.
Oh shit!
I was like, why would they sign these things? All right. Then I met musicians, and then I met comedians, and I meet these people, and they're artists, and there's nothing wrong with being an artist. There's nothing wrong with all that. And like the problem with it is like there's two parts to it. There's the art, and there's the business.
100%.
Yeah. And in order,
but those two things fight.
And there's so many people that are so good at the art part of it, and like amazing. But
not good at the business.
For every person
that are good at the business,
for every person that's made it, and so like in my mind now, I believe this. For every human that's made it, for every Doors, for every like Beatles, there are probably thousands and millions of people out there who are so much better.
No, there's a lot of predatory shit in music. Like
we were just talking about that on the way over here.
Yeah, well, we were offered. Some guy hit me up to buy one of my songs for like $1,000. Like,
to use in commercials.
Yeah, they're like, I want to buy Chelsea Hotel for $1,000, and it's like, fuck you, dude.
Which is like that is my favorite song on the album.
I love that song.
And like just to sell that song to be used in advertisements, to just be used for.
I was very inquisitive too. I was just like, all right, like what is it going to be used for? Like I wasn't going to do it, but I was going to ask.
I've had friends that their stuff's ended up in pornos.
Yeah, dude. Ours should be in pornos, dude.
We should write a new Pornhub thing.
But like you have these people, you have these artists that are amazing, but they don't get a gig, and then you see another person who's half as talented, and they have a bunch of gigs. And that artist will be like spiteful, and they're like, I don't know why they get all the gigs. And I'm like, because they pick up the phone.
Because they know what to do.
Because they hustle.
There's a lot of multifaceted things.
That's the beautiful
There's a lot of people, like, it's nepotism, too. It's like,
there's that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about having a band with multiple voices and multiple ideas is that, like, Zach is really good at writing songs.
Sure.
And he's really good at marketing. He's really good at connecting with other people.
Right.
And
okay.
Like, getting us in spaces.
Stop. So when I was, I want to stop you right there because I'm about to go in the most important thing in the world. Most important thing in the world. And like, I do Duke City Championship Wrestling. Like when we first started, 2 years now. And we fill out if you've never been, go to the El Rey. There's 500 or 600 people in the El Rey every time we do it.
Yeah.
We now have signed with Billy Corgan's NWA. Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins. Boom, boom, boom. So like one day I was like getting a beer because I do the commentary. I'm on the YouTube channel. Whenever we're on KOB, I'll be on the KOB. If we get to be on Roku, I'll be on the Roku channel. I'll be like, boom. This kid goes, I go to get a beer, and this kid grabs my arm, and he goes, hey, man, can I ask you a question? I was like, sure. He's like, how did you get here? And I look at him, I go, like, how did I get to the theater?
I walked
over here.
I drove.
And he goes, no, how did you get at the level you're at? And I was like, let me tell you 2 things. Hard work and networking.
100%, bro.
Especially for like the kind of band that we are.
Yeah.
That we don't have like this sort of connection to an industry.
Yeah,
It
we're
all has to
relatively new
depend
band.
on
Yeah.
this sort of like hard work.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work for the music. You have
Right.
to put in the work for the marketing. You
Yep.
have to put in the work for everything, basically, for
Yes.
recording, for production, for merch, for all of that. And that's something that I'm really impressed with Zach. Like, this
Right.
is his band.
thank you.
We're all band members,
Yeah.
right? But like Sinister Surfer is Zach's band.
Right.
He is the lead vocalist. He's the one who writes the songs. He is the one who has our direction.
Right.
And he knows how we can actually move forward, keep progressing, keep finding new things. And like all the rest of the band has to do
Right.
is just be the best that we can
You want
at
you
what
want,
we do.
You want a little
Yeah.
advice? I would
Oh,
find
please.
I
Sure,
would find I would go online and I would find some sort of awards things that are like cheap to like sign up for and try to win
Okay.
those, right?
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, like all that shit is horse shit. They're all bullshit. The Albuquerque the magazine best
For
of,
sure. Oh, yeah.
fucking New Mexico Entertainment Awards best of. Win that shit. You know, win as many of those whatever you can, right?
Sure.
So then when you're out like at whatever thing and you're like, oh yeah, I have a band, and then people go, oh really? And you go, yeah, and they're like, where do you play at? You go, well, you know, we've won, or we put an album out and it won this and it won that, and people don't know,
Yeah.
No.
and you're not lying
Yeah.
because you won it. They don't know that it's like fucking you had to pay like $20 to enter, and you know, not a lot of people entered it. You know, like
For sure. Oh, yeah.
and then like, but like if you have like 3 or 4, then all of a sudden they're like, then like down the road they're like, hey, we need a band for this thing, and you'll get hit up. And that's how shit
Oh, yeah.
works.
No,
Yeah.
that's really why I wanted us to put out the record.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wanted it. I don't know. Once you complete something, it's a kind of catharsis kind
Yeah.
of point. You're like, I started to hate the songs. Actually, I was like, oh god.
You will, yeah, of course. You
Yeah, I
will.
was like, oh god,
Yeah.
they
It's part of
suck.
the natural
But
process.
then
Yeah.
once we release it, people are like, dude, this is fucking great. So it just
Yeah.
it's good to hear that perspective too, because it's like, wow, fuck yeah. But
Yeah, and
yeah.
and like we are just always trying to figure out how we can be the best
if
at what
you
we do.
really want, if you like want, like that's the thing, like there's, if you want to go and leave Albuquerque and be famous and like make it, there's a way to do it.
there is a way to do
and
it.
it ain't like just playing every week.
for sure,
It ain't. It's
no,
not.
we turn down a lot of gigs actually
Yeah.
too. I don't try to oversaturate it too, because I'm sure venues are like, oh well,
Well, I don't.
they're playing next week.
What I'm
but-
trying to say is,
Yeah.
no one's gonna walk into the launch pad and go, "Yes, record deal."
Yeah.
It
Oh,
does.
doesn't
it
in
does,
happen.
it
Albuquerque,
does-
New
no.
Mexico, that doesn't happen.
It's like,
No.
boys, I'm from
In
Nashville.
LA, it
$1
doesn't
million
happen.
hit.
In LA,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen.
No.
Chicago
Well,
doesn't happen. New York doesn't happen.
there was a band that was the house band for the Whiskey A Go Go that I really liked. I forget their name,
Sure.
but that kind of speaks to the idea of
Yeah.
like they were the house band for the Whiskey A Go Go. Van Halen was the,
Yeah.
or was it Motley Crue? Who was it?
I think Motley Crue was.
I think it was Motley Crue.
The
Yeah.
Motley
Doors
Crue
were
was the
house
house band for the
Yep,
Whiskey A Go Go.
for a while, yeah.
The Doors were the house band for the Whiskey A Go Go.
Sure.
And they were, and I think
But that
they
was like-
just thought that because they were that,
yeah.
they had it made. But they never made it. And I think it requires more than
does.
just that.
Right. Well, so like to make it now, and those were those days. Nowadays, like I've had friends.
But this
that-
was like 2013, you know?
yeah. So like nowadays, you have to like if you want to make it, you have to pay a lot of money.
You have to
Absolutely.
pay money.
You have to hire.
And
you have to hire publicists. You have
It's
to
an
hire,
unfortunate truth.
Yeah.
Is that like all of our merch we paid for, or Zach paid for, all of our vinyls Zach paid for,
Yep.
and I don't know. It's a sort of thing that you have to deal with in this
Yeah.
sort of society.
Dude,
that
you
we
got to
live
believe in it too, 100%.
With the
You do.
industry.
Like, even if people don't like it,
You have
it's
to
like,
be as good as
yeah.
you can musically, but that is
Yes.
not enough.
No. Well, hold
you have
on.
to pay for this shit.
You have to be really pretty good musically.
Like the most
Honestly-
important thing is you have to be pretty good musically.
there you go. You don't have to
Yeah.
be great. You have to
You
be
don't
pretty
have to
good.
be perfect.
You,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you have to have a look.
You have to have a look. You have to be marketable enough.
Yep. There
and
you
then
go.
you have to pay. You have to invest.
Yeah. In
And
yourself, really.
It's
For sure.
it's a big thing.
Yeah. And you have
It's a
to
lot of stuff
and
that
you have
goes
to
into it.
sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
100%.
You do.
man.
And they'll tell you, they'll be like, all right, we need you, and they'll come in and they'll be like, all right, you guys need to post this much on social media. You
Well,
need to
yeah.
do this kind of post, and they'll tell you, like, that's what you're paying for.
And it's kind of fucked up
Yeah.
is how like you will sign to a record deal.
Yeah.
And the record company will be like, hey, you need to post this many reels on Instagram and TikTok in
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
And you have
Yes.
to do this much amount of marketing.
Yes.
And then it's like, well, why are we signing with you if we're doing
all the
pretty
work,
much
yeah,
everything?
yeah.
The only thing you're paying for
Right.
is being on streaming, which like is not a lot.
No.
To be on streaming, because like DistroKid, the cheapest option is like $25 a month,
Right.
and then you can pay more for like having like posting your music on DistroKid, and then it releases the day that you want it to.
Right. Well, see, that's
I mean, like it's a weird industry for music
it's
right now.
for everything.
Oh, no.
man.
There's-
For
There's
everything.
no reason to sign to a label anyways, unless like
No.
for distribution and
Here-
shit.
here's-
It's
but
distribution.
They're only attracted to bands that already have
already
everything.
have.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you have momentum.
And then
to where-
like to sign to a music label
Yeah.
is you have to read that contract seriously.
Yeah,
And you
oh,
have to
yeah.
be like, hey, is this company gonna
Right.
own our music?
Yes.
And I don't know if that's necessarily
Right,
worth
Yeah.
it.
Well, I've noticed a lot of artists now too. Like they're selling their catalog, their entire discography. Like
Right.
Bruce Springsteen. It's like why?
Dylan, because
You know
they're
what I
old,
mean?
man. They're old people.
Of course.
What do they
Yeah.
give? What do they give a fuck? They're gonna
For sure, yeah.
Dylan sold his. He's 80-something years old.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
What does he give a shit?
Right. They just live out the royalties though. But yeah, the royalties for the music is
Mm-hmm.
extremely important. I mean, it was a big deal when Michael Jackson bought the Beatles discography too. Like that was a huge
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
fucking move. You know.
I mean, think about this. The thing that's really great that has never been a part of like any of the industry until the last 15, 20 years is the great equalizer, which is the internet,
Of course. Oh yeah.
where you guys can put your album out and it can be found by TikTokers,
And anyone.
Instagrammers, whatever. It could be on a YouTube channel and it can actually blow up.
Yeah.
And that like, imagine that. Like, that's never been a thing before.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
a huge platform.
Yeah.
That's like worldwide.
The
Well,
availability
so
is
you don't have to live in LA.
there.
You don't have to live
yeah.
in New York. You don't have to live in Miami. You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have nieces and nephews now, and like they don't. It's amazing how many times they come up to me with a song I've like known for decades, and they're, "Have you heard this?" And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah." I
What,
love
was
it.
the one
So
people
good.
were like?
The Fleetwood Mac Dreams
Yeah.
that blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
Remember that?
My
Or, like,
favorite was like
running up that hill.
my friend was like asking their kid,
yeah.
"What do you listen to?" Like, "Oh, it's underground. You wouldn't know what it is." And it was
And
like,
it's like ABBA.
no, it was Green Day.
Oh my god.
Well, like I know ABBA blew up on TikTok.
Oh
for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Like during the pandemic.
ABBA does like this blow up like every 10 years.
Yeah.
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
they really do. I mean, like they make
Yeah.
fantastic music.
Dude, so good.
There's a local band called Albuquerque.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we know.
We know Albuquerque.
Yeah.
So like how I joined Sinister Surfer
Yeah.
was I played with a band called Blue Jay and the Pigeons.
Great band.
They do like
They're doing a killer. Were you there when they did the B-52s for Now Living
Yes,
Cover Band?
yeah, I was
that was
there.
that was
I was
sens-
fucking there.
So go ahead.
They did a show where their keyboard player
Yeah.
was like out of town or something.
That's the guy from what was the band back in the day?
He was in a punk band a long time ago.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was not really punk though. It was like punk new wave.
Yeah.
Vertigo Venus.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
know
Yes.
this dude.
So
Yeah, I know
so
them.
Blue Jay, his name is Jeff.
Yeah.
They're a really cool band.
Yep.
One of their background singers, Edward, he plays in drag, and when he does, he goes by the name Raven.
Okay.
He's an amazing singer, but they asked me to fill in for them on keyboard.
Oh wow.
And I did that. And while I was practicing with them, rehearsing with them, learning their songs, their drummer was like, "Hey, I know this one band. They're called Sinister Surfer.
Okay.
They need some more members. They're looking for a project. They're trying to get something started." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll check it out. I'll see if I can hit them up and be part of that."
You're not in that band anymore?
No, so I just filled in with them for
Oh.
one show. They needed a keyboard player for one show.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just hit up the Sinister Surfer Instagram. It was Zach. And I was like, "Hey, I heard you guys needed some members for a band. I heard you guys needed a keyboard player. I could probably do that."
I heard you guys like the guitar.
Yeah. And he was like, "Well, I think we have a keyboard player. We just need a bass player." And I was like, "Fuck yeah." Like I would much rather play bass than keyboard. Honestly.
I could play bass on the guitar.
I
Hell
can
yeah,
play
man.
bass all fucking day.
I'm kidding.
So like, and that's how I joined them.
Yeah. I'm predicting the Night of the Living cover bands, and I can't even remember who they are playing.
Blue Jay.
Yeah.
I think I'm not entirely sure,
Go
but
for
I
it.
think they're gonna go with the Talking Heads this year.
You are
Maybe.
correct.
I know they were talking about that.
So I think I looked at the lineup and I told Chris Walsh, I was like, I think that's going to be the outstanding performance of Night of the Living Cover Bands this year.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
they're all really talented.
Dude, and
Jeff is a great singer. All of their background singers.
That
are really
B-52
good.
set was
Chris, their
fucking
guitarist.
nuts. Yeah,
Chris is a
and
fucking
and I don't like the
guitarist.
B-52s, and that was fantastic.
No, I love the B-52s and the way that they did their whole set.
It was
Just like,
amazing.
they were in costume.
Yeah,
and
dude.
they went all out for it. Dude.
No. They did 3
Yeah,
wardrobe changes.
yeah, they did.
during
They
that,
are-
a four set.
They're such an
4-song set.
amazing. They're such an amazing band.
They had like 12 people on stage. One was dressed as the planet. One was dressed as a rocket.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this is Night of the Living Cover. Now, all right. I don't want to get into more Night of the Living Cover because we have to do the announcement show, and because we do the announcement show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we still do. People tried to steal it from us.
It just means we're doing a good job.
Dude, I loved
right.
it. I first found out about your podcast actually because of the Night of the Living
Right.
Cover Bands thing. And
Right.
yeah, last year, just like, in my favorite name, Sinister Surfer. I was
love
like,
it.
Yeah,
fuck
I
yes,
remember.
bro.
I remember
Yes.
seeing
Yeah,
you guys.
thanks. I really
do.
appreciated that a lot.
That's the show we do every year that gets the most views.
Yeah.
It gets the most feedback.
Well,
Good,
it's so
good,
topical.
good or bad.
Yeah, people like to bitch. So-
Here, the 2 years ago, I was up until 2 a.m. Talking people down from a ledge, and like,
oh my god.
here's what blew me away. People were mad at the things I said. People
But
were
they're
mad
even madder about.
the things I didn't say.
Oh man.
You didn't talk about us. Why didn't you talk about? I'm like, I don't know who you are.
So like,
There's 130 bands.
one of the
Crimey River,
problems. I think one of the problems with Night of the Living
Yeah.
cover bands is that they do so many bands
Yeah,
per night.
yeah.
Like if
It's
if
great,
they just
though.
sort of like curated it a little bit,
Yeah.
of like maybe we'll have less bands per night. and
Why?
each band could have a little bit more time.
Like
No.
30 minutes maybe? I don't know.
Why?
But
Dude, dude, they.
I do think the
that's-
20-minute slots are
You do know
pretty
that
cool,
that's the
but-
Launchpad's biggest night of the year.
I
The
do.
biggest
I
month
do.
of the year.
I do. I
What
definitely
cracks me up
do.
is-
but like maybe if they
Yeah.
made it a little bit more about like bands that really
Okay.
fucking kill it. I don't know. Maybe bands that just
Oh, I'll call out some
Are-
motherfuckers.
Well,
So,
I know Barney's very selective
less about
too,
just
about
phoning it
bands.
in.
Okay.
And they're like really fucking locked into what they're
I
doing.
had to tell an artist.
because it seems like they say yes to everyone,
They don't.
No, they
I-
No, they do not.
but they might need to say less yes to less people.
So Joe likes every one of those nights full. He likes that. He likes the it's not the booker. It's Joe.
And as a spectator,
Yeah.
I enjoy the format. I like the small
do.
sets.
I do as well.
That makes sense. Absolutely, yeah.
But again, I'm with you. So that's why it's my job to go. If you sign up for somebody, do not phone that shit in.
You better fucking knock it out of the park.
Because if that poster gets seen on social media by some rando, and they're like, what is this thing? Oh, someone's covering, just throwing it out there, David Bowie. And they go, I love David Bowie. And they walk in and someone fucking does the worst goddamn
Yeah.
David Bowie. They're going to remember your name.
No.
And like, and like the other one I hate is like, I saw this band and they're like, they were the Breeders.
Yeah.
And I love the Breeders, and they didn't do any kind of dress up, and they just went and sang the Breeder songs like they sang their music. And I was like,
so lame.
How do you dress
Boo.
up like the
Dude,
Breeders? though?
did you see Dust City
It's a-
Opera
it's a
do David
very,
Bowie?
casual.
Yes.
That was fucking
Of
epic,
course I
bro.
did. Of
Yes,
course I
that
did.
was amazing. They
So
kill it
there-
every time. They did the Rolling Stones so well,
yep.
but especially the Bowie
so
one.
there are certain bands that there's certain bands that kill it. Dust City Opera, they get the memo.
Oh yeah.
Sorry Wedo
Yes.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
are
they're
the
epic as
poster
fuck.
child, and I'll tell you off the air who they're gonna do.
Okay. Yeah.
I already know.
I know they did Prince
Okay.
one year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done Britney Spears, and this year's
They always
NWA.
bring down the house.
this
Noisy.
year's it's good. It's an epic one.
Fuck yeah.
And people that get the memo, like, right? So here's what I always try to tell someone. I had to tell someone who wanted to be on this podcast, and I told them no.
Mhm.
And they were like, well, you've never seen me play. And I was like, I have. And I was like, they're like, when? And I told them. And they were like, well,
Oh,
what
man.
did you think? I was like, I thought it was not good. And they were like, well, I was sick. And my blah 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 was not there.
I appreciate the honesty though, man.
Barney says over 30 bands aren't making it in Night of Living cover bands this year. You guys thought Barney wasn't watching live, did you?
What's up,
There
Barney?
he is. There he is.
He's the man.
What's up, dude?
So you think he doesn't curate? I'm telling you, he does. So I did tell this person. I said, "Look, I saw you, and it was not good." And they were like, "Well, you can't judge my performance on that one show."
I think you can.
And I was like, "Absolutely, I can."
Yeah.
You go for a job interview, they don't ask you back for like 4 more just to make sure.
Give you 4 interviews.
I don't know. In my perspective, when you play a fucking show, you
Yeah.
better play your goddamn heart
gotta
out.
bring your best.
Yeah, I'm
every
sorry,
fucking
yeah.
time.
And I mean, like, I'm sure, like, from the songs you've heard from the record, we have
Yeah.
samples at the beginning of certain songs.
Yeah.
And we do that live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just because we want to bring that full sort of experience of the Sinister Surfer ideal.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is the
Well, I think, like,
waves,
you-
it is the sort of like 1960s sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
It is because we want to go all out.
How
Absolutely, yeah.
As a guitar player, how do you get that guitar tone?
dude, fuck.
Is there a certain
Zach loves
pedal?
reverb.
On the record,
Zach loves reverb.
On stage.
I play Les Paul, but on the record,
Right.
I use the Stratocaster a lot, Fender Stratocaster, but I use a Gibson Les Paul. I pretty much modified everything. I changed
He's all,
the
I
frets.
play a Gibson Les Paul.
Dude, it's
He
it's
plays-
my favorite guitar, man.
He plays a Chibson Les Paul.
It is a Chipson. It's a Chinese.
Yeah.
But it was like $300.
He got it at
I mean,
the-
are you
at the
gonna
flea
spend?
market.
Are you gonna
But
spend like
fucking Zach sounds
3,000
great
on a
live.
fucking guitar?
But
It's ridiculous,
there's no
but-
way that sound like all Gibson Les Pauls have that like
No,
sound.
well, I changed the pickups. I
Yeah.
changed the wiring.
What pickups do you use?
A whole lot of humbuckers.
I was
It's
gonna say,
modeled
is
after
it
Jimmy Page.
humbuckers? Okay,
Yes,
all
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But
And so, like,
you know,
humbuckers are so
Because that
important. I think.
the thing is too, it's like a lot of surf rock. They use like I
Single
love
coil.
Jaguars, single coil, Stratocasters
Yeah.
or
But
Jazz
with
Masters.
the
but-
thicker sound of a humbucker,
Yeah.
you kind of
Yeah.
just get more of that fullness from the
Yeah.
sound.
That
it's a rock and roll machine, dude. I don't
Yeah.
know. I grew up on Les Pauls. Like that was my first guitar was an Epiphone Les Paul. So
Oh.
I just like, I don't know,
And then
it's
you're like,
comfortable to me.
you're like, the Epiphone Les Paul is nice.
It's still good, but I don't know.
but it's not a Gibson Les Paul.
Mine's not even a Gibson technically. But
Alright.
honestly, it's just like
It says Gibson on the headstock.
I mean,
that's
if you,
all that matters.
If you give
dude.
Eddie Van Halen a piece of shit
Yeah.
$5 guitar, it'll still sound amazing.
Eddie Van Halen
I
was
mean,
great.
are you talking about the guitar that Eddie Van Halen played that he put together called Frankenstein?
Yeah,
Like,
the
Frankenstrat.
Frankenstrat, yeah. But I'm just saying, you give him anything and it'll sound great. And it's just like
Correct,
most
yeah.
of it, the tonalities in your hands,
Yeah.
and like how you approach it.
I just always,
100%,
I just always wondered how that sound, because like
yeah.
I thought maybe it was a pedal because
I use a shit ton of pedals.
He has
Yeah.
a huge fucking pedal.
Yeah, I have a
And-
rig, dude.
and like if you hear like the song Tropic Psychic,
Yeah.
like at the end of the song, you hear that sort of like
I literally kicked the fucking
It-
reverb tank,
it kind of sounds like a
like a whip.
like a whip crack
Yeah.
at the end of the song, and he kicks his fucking
Yeah.
pedal board and it makes that
Because
sound.
it has an actual spring in it. It's
and
like
it's
okay,
like it's witchcraft, dude. It's so fucking cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's like Townsend. Like, did you ever see like Pete Townsend how they
From the Who,
record,
yeah.
they recorded Baba O'Reilly or Teenage Wasteland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like he did that keyboard part and recorded it.
Oh, yeah.
And then when it like recorded it on the reel to reel.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever they were actually recording the song, he brought the reel to reel in and he's like slowing it down with his hand.
oh yeah,
yeah.
And I was like,
dude. I always thought that was like an arpeggiating synth at first, but yeah, he was very articulate with that.
Yeah.
And I love that creative aspect of it.
Right?
You know, when you
Yeah.
dive into like what did this musician do? Like
what did they
equipment-
actually? How did they actually make
Oh,
that?
I love geeking out on that shit.
Have you seen? We'll wrap this up in a second. But have you ever seen the Beastie Boys documentary?
I haven't. I got to.
Motherfucker! It's on.
Dude,
It's on
I love the
Apple. It's
Beastie
on
Boys.
Apple.
All right.
And what they did is they did this theater tour where they would travel around the two guys, and Spike Jones
Is it
directed
the
it.
live action one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they
It was on-
filmed one of them. And then
Alright.
like the thing that's amazing is like they go through. It's a theater show. But anyway,
oh yeah.
for the song "Slow and Low," they were like, yeah, we were like MCA was a property manager and he was managing this apartment complex. And one day he's like, you guys need to come over and check this thing out. And they went over to his apartment and they walk in and on the kitchen table, he has a reel to reel. And the tape is ran around a microphone stand and then a chair and then another microphone stand, and then back to the reel.
That's so cool.
And he's like, check this beat out, and it's literally the beat to slow and low, and that's how he did it.
Damn.
And they bring it out on stage and show you, and you're like, what the fuck? That's so cool.
Dude,
like,
I was doing some kind of wild shit on the last track on our record called Revolver. I actually I put my microphone on my turntable, and I had the Beatles record Revolver playing, which is what I named it after, but I recorded it like playing backwards. I used a lot of like backwards tape on it.
And it said Paul is dead.
Yeah, no, I'm all dude. There's actually a little, Easter egg.
Yeah, at the very end of the song,
if you listen to
play
the
the vinyl backwards, you can hear a secret message.
There's a secret message on the actual vinyl. Yeah.
On Revolver.
If you listen to the song, it has like I reversed
your song
on our song, the last song on the
Revolver.
album. Yeah, there's a little 80s.
If you have
says
the
Paul
record,
is not dead.
Yeah,
it
says Zach is dead.
Bobby is dead. Actually,
Fucking Bobby.
Yeah, he'll get
Right.
a prostate
Bobby,
exam.
dude.
All right. So people can go anywhere on social media or any of the sites and listen to Sinister Surfer record.
Absolutely.
What's the record?
Tropic Psychic.
Tropic Psychic.
Tropic Psychic.
Yes.
I've listened to about 4 of the songs. Very, very like.
What's your favorite song so far?
Well, I don't know the names.
Oh, okay.
Like I barely know.
You can just say which track number.
Oh gosh.
I'm throwing you on the spot. Sorry.
I want to say it was like I've only listened to it like once, so it was like this second or one that was like really doorsy. I was like,
That's
oh,
the second
song.
Chelsea Hotel. I stayed in Chelsea. I stayed in New York.
I stayed in that hotel.
Room 2A.
Yeah.
It was the room Bob Dylan stayed in when he wrote a couple songs, like Vision of Johanna.
Fuck.
That's my favorite song too.
But he wrote a couple songs
Got
in
him a
that
Bob
room.
Dylan guy.
I booked it at the Chelsea Hotel. It was fucking expensive. It was worth it, dude.
It's such a good song.
It's room 2A at the Chelsea Hotel. So if you ever go, but I put it.
Yo, he shit in this toilet.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. But I purposely put it on the record on like side A, the second track, just 2A, because I was like, I stayed in.
I dig that, man. I dig that. I have
There's
20,
little very intricacies I put on the record.
I
was
collect
fuck,
vinyl
man.
and I have 26 Dylan records. Dylan's my favorite.
I love Bob Dylan, man.
Dylan's my man.
Did you see the movie?
Of course I did.
I love that.
Saw it in the
fucking
theater.
movie.
I actually own the Blu-ray. Don't own
Yeah.
a lot of Blu-rays. I own that one.
Dude, yes.
Dude,
Just that, yeah.
and I went and read the book that they based the movie off of it.
Hell yeah.
And then I just listened to Chronicles, finished that, and now I'm on Positively 4th Street reading that. So
fuck yeah. Well, I love that song. I got to read the book, man.
So Sinister Surfer, check those guys out. Smiley and I are going on the road on Wednesday night. Smiley, are you ready?
I have to get a new water fountain for my cat,
Okay.
but that's about it. I'm ready. Otherwise, man, I got
man.
I got our Topo Chico.
Can I tell you what we have the new Rode mics? We've used those, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got us a new phone stand that like literally like it telescopes down and opens up at the bottom, and it can sit there and we can literally broadcast from anywhere. Plug the microphones in, and we're going to be able to live stream anywhere.
Well, good deal. That's
Hell
what
yeah,
we're going to be
man.
doing.
We're going to be live streaming. We're going to be probably in Lubbock, Texas, Wednesday night.
I don't think I've ever been there.
I've been there many times. Lubbock, Texas, Wednesday night. Thursday night, Austin, Texas. We're doing a tour.
Been there too many times.
Never been there. I've never been
love
there.
Austin.
Never been there. Friday through Monday, we will be in Houston, Texas. We're
That
going
is
on like a
correct.
mini tour.
Yeah, we're going on a little
Dude, hell yeah.
road trip.
We're
mini
taking the
tour.
Silver Bullet, the Subaru BRZ. We're going to take it down South Texas, and we're going to have a time. We have people waiting for us. And I don't mean Ming. We have a whole, there's a crew of people in Houston waiting for us.
for us.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know if you know this.
how sweet.
There's probably about 8 to 10 people that are waiting for us, ready to go.
Are they going to kick our asses? It
Ready-
sounds like they're waiting for
No,
us.
ready to feed us, ready to take us out to drink, ready to party. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking on this.
Just roll out the red carpet, man.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
we're ready to go. So if you are in that area and you are wanting to hang out with us, please come down. Check out our friend Sinister Surfer. Add them on social media because that's always helps. Share their stuff. 'Cause that always helps. Add us on social media.
Yeah.
Listen to the music. Just put on their album and just let it. When you're cleaning your filthy ass shithole that you live in, put their album on.
Yeah. If you like good rock and roll, check
Yeah.
us out.
We are
You like Dick
rock
Dale.
and
You like
roll.
you like the you like
You like
the
the
Doors.
Beatles.
Yeah.
You like
Like,
the
yeah.
You like the Doors. You like good shit.
You like good
better
shit.
Listen to us.
Check it out. And we'll be down in South Texas, and ask us for a shot of Malort. We'll probably give it to you. And I'll be on the air tomorrow night with Ming Chen. And thank you guys for being on the podcast,
Dude,
man.
thank you, man.
Ollie,
Appreciate
Thank
Zach,
you for having us.
Thanks, bro.
Smiley.
Thanks, Smiley.
It's an honor,
Thanks,
bro.
Chris.
I love your podcast,
We're
bro.
very happy to
Fuck
be
yeah,
here.
man. Glad you guys came in, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
For sure. And with that,
We are
10 drink minimum.
Oh, this guy.
Hail Satan.